Hello, and welcome to Trucking Answers. It's 12:30 p.m. It's Monday, and that means that it's time for Trucking Answers. I welcome everyone here. Hey, we had Joan Arc first the other day, and or like a minutes after posting, and the President, George H.W. Bush, first today. Welcome. The road check's coming. I have the list of what they're looking for now. Drivers are not coming back, and the industry thinks they know why. Yes, that's what they say. Now, how old is too old of a truck that you would drive? That was an interesting quiz, and I'm curious from you all, how old a truck you would take from a company as a company driver. Kenworth and Peter parking their trucks. They can't make them anymore. They don't have any chips. Volvo also not working. They have some days off coming up, just like the auto manufacturers now. It's affecting everybody. This Kogler mattress, I saw an ad for it. Pretty interesting. Couldn't put the umlauts on there because I don't have a key for that. I have stocks, rates, and fuel prices today, as that is thought was going to go up, and didn't really happen. And that's really something. I was surprised, to say the least. Let's see here where we're going, and there we go. All right, so George Costanza, hello today. Time for the podcast. Yeah, video podcast. How about that? Good morning, Eddie. What's going on? Misty, hello. It's good to see you. Joan Arc, you made it back here today. That's good. Trucker Hershey's getting loaded with crushed cans. Yikes! And a brand new trailer. That'll make a big mess. Off to the Blue Beacon you go after that. Some of those things leak all the time. Yuck. Where are those things going? Hey, Big Huge Mike, it's good to see you. Good afternoon, I guess morning for Kelly. What's going on? George Costanza stuck in Haiti. Yeah, the whole state's under construction now, as I'm noting. You're home till Monday, Kelly. That's awesome. Chat is quiet for Monday. Yeah, well, a little bit early yet, so get people up out of bed. It's so nice out. It's going to be in the 70s today. Can you get roller corn dogs? Yes. Some places have all kinds of stuff. Disney World, if you saw that this week, has a hot dog wrapped in a pickle, wrapped in corn dog coating that they're going to give out with peanut butter dipping sauce. And I thought, wow, that is the king of roller wieners right there. Although I don't think you can say roller wiener at Disney World. You might get in trouble. Though, what's going on? Let's see. I held some Tillamook in the past. What the heck is that? Yeah. What is that kind of stuff? Holy mackerel. Let's see. George Wilson is here. Elvis intro music. Yeah, Elvis. Boy, I never thought about that. You know, I always say I saw that guy at a truck stop years ago in Pennsylvania. I still say that guy lived long after that. I don't know. Up at Salt Lake training new drivers. Misty, man, you are the whole company. That is pretty good. Do you ever do they ever have anything for you to do around your house? How about that? Cassius King is here. I appreciate that. Hello, what's going on? Let's see, been kind of slacking on the live feed. Daycab Gear Jammer to Cassius King Trucking. Yeah, well, he's on every 25 minutes, so you can always get in on one over there. Always something going on there. Beautiful day in southern Indiana. I know, it's so nice, so nice. And I was looking through the Louisville. If you want to go on Louisville Craigslist, there are tons of local jobs posted today. I'm not sure exactly where your location, if you're closer to Louisville or Evansville, but there are a lot of local jobs there posted today. Check them out. So, because I thought of you when I saw those jobs, I thought, holy mackerel, Daycab Gear Jammer, goodness. Just a spike cash, thank you very much. Well, I appreciate that, goodness. George Costanza, thank you very much. What is about parking the Kenworths? They don't have sensors for replacement. No, that is not sensors. It's the chips, computer chips, to make the trucks work. Ford has just said they're going to idle 6 of their plants around the country because they can't get these chips. Nissan is going to cut some production at plants. These computer chips that they used to make vehicles are not coming in. Let's see, who else? Toyota said they are going to cut down production at their plants. General Motors has closed a couple plants for a week or two at a time because of this. And now Kenworth and Peterbilt are parking the trucks outside. They can't get the chips to make the trucks. So we're all waiting for these coming back. So that is a real problem. I assume other manufacturers that have not announced anything are also parking everything. Volvo and Mack said they're just going to have some shutdowns coming up. Days off where they're just not going to make trucks. They just can't get the chips. That's really something. No computer chips available to make all these vehicles. So presumably all these people are off work. Probably any union one, any of these plants that are union would get paid, which would be like the big 3 plus Kenworth and all that. I think they're probably union. Others you're probably on your own. It's up to the company. Chicken hauler, hello from Alabama where people can't drive. I saw a pickup with a jackknife trailer. A little box truck turned over. What is going on with this? He had chrome bracelets. Sweet. That's the way to do it. That's why you just gotta, I don't have my keys on me, but that's why you always carry a handcuff key with you. So I never know when you'll need it. They're my dad's handcuff keys. And they worked all the handcuffs. I don't know if they still do, to be honest with you. I haven't been arrested in some time, like ever. But he said the key works all the handcuffs in case somebody else takes the perp downtown. The other officer can take the keys off of him. So ever since then, I've always had a handcuff key on my keychain. George Costanza's delivering a load in Carlisle. I picked it up in Salt Lake City. 2,000 miles. That's a great load, right? That's a good week load. That's a good over the weekend load. Now you're delivering it, and depending on when your company's cut off, boom, you can get paid on it. Transflow that probably from the truck now, right? Who remembers the Transflow envelopes? What I don't think they were called Transflow, right? You put everything in an envelope, and they had all these boxes all over the country. Next day envelopes, right? What was the name of that? I'm getting Duke is getting assigned a 2017 Peterbilt 579 10-speed. I'm a little nervous. I've been in a manual truck for a few years. I was only in it for my test. Well, you'll get used to it. Just tell them no problem, and then once you get out of the parking lot, you can figure out how to drive the thing. It'll come back to you. The whole, hey, what's happening? I don't usually get to see those because you're sleeping, but I'm on local till my tractor's back from the shop. Do you like that better? That's what they're saying also about drivers coming back. That's another problem where they can't get drivers to go back on the road. That went off last year from, what's going on here. And so they can't get drivers to get back on the road. Who's later, you or Mark? You. What's up? From Alabama. Got any money? Always got some money. Case of gonorrhea play song burning. Yikes. Burning love. Yikes. Check what for our local jobs? Tony 5000. I'm saying to Joan Arc, who was in the Louisville area looking for a local job. I happen to see Craigslist. There were a bunch of local jobs. That's where a lot of trucking companies post jobs if you are interested for local or over-the-road jobs. Check Craigslist in your area, but there are a lot of them there today. Hello from South Dakota, Paul Harris. 2,600 miles with two coolers weighing 2,500 pounds. That's pretty nice. What kind of cooler weighs 1,250 pounds? Hey, everybody. What's going on, Fleet Nav Systems? It's good to see you today. Jim Trucker, Roller Wiener Monday. Happy Roller Wiener Monday, every Monday. Tell him your name is Marco Roller Wiener. Make the bill. Yeah, make the bill. That'd be good. See if you could get it free that way. Trip pack. That's what it was, Chris. Right. Trip pack. You used to have trip pack envelopes in the day, as they say, and you used to have to bring your paperwork back, but you put all your trip packs in an envelope. You leave your company with a million of these, and then every truck stop have these trip pack things look like a mailbox, and you put them in there, and supposedly it was next day delivery. Everybody remember that? That was pretty awesome. Alexandra taking unpaid week off. I did see that. I wrote it down. You got positive for COVID. What made you think you had it, and what made you go get the test? I'm just curious. What prompts people to believe that they have it, and then what makes you go get the test? And ironically, did want to talk about that. There's a number of you have gotten the vaccine, and so my wife is getting ready to travel, and Delta is unsure if they're going to make her get the vaccine, so she's just going to go get it, she thinks, so that she has it. So the first appointment here in Lafayette, I couldn't find an earlier one than May 1st at 12:40 p.m. That's the earliest appointment you can get here in town. So I don't know what companies want you to do about that. So, but that's her first appointment available. It's almost a month away. And then there's nobody in Lafayette given the single shot. You'd have to go to Indianapolis. And the website to sign up for it is pretty much horrible. They have no idea what they're doing. It asks you for your zip code, and it just gives you all the places in the state, no matter where they are. So that's great. But I was just curious on what made you go get the test. As I saw you said you had tested positive. So what prompted you to go get it? And taking an unpaid week, they're too big, right? They're more than 500 people, so they don't have to pay you. They should. I think companies should, but they don't. A lot of them don't, and that is horrible. I agree with you. Kelly, I've driven an auto shifter long enough now. I tried manual. You probably think you've never driven. Yeah, exactly. If it's been a while, you'll get used to it, though. Aviator Trucker, another $2 raise starting today. 4th raise in 2 years. That's pretty sweet. Now you're up to like $40 an hour. That's really good. Okay, Joan Arc, you're 35 minutes from Louisville. Check it out. Remember Trip Pack. Okay, yeah. So if you're 35 minutes, look at today's Craigslist for Louisville. I mean, there were a lot of local jobs in there today. I was really surprised. So, check it out. I had coughing fits, Alexander, that ended up cracking my ribcage. Yikes. I'm able to keep food down enough high fever. All right. That seems good enough when you go test. See, they'll give you the test, but they won't give you the vaccine that fast. Kelly, GP Transco raised their weekly guarantee to $12.50. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's pretty good. That's 25% increase. That's not bad. Jason got the vaccines at the VA. They're not public, or probably not public. And there is a VA center here in West Lafayette, but they're not listed as one of the places that give it. So, okay. You can go get them somewhere else in the state. If you wanted it sooner, I could travel, like Indianapolis or whatever. But the ones here in town, the closest one, or the only one, there are 3 places. May 1st, 12:40 p.m. And I thought, man, they got to get it. They got to get a grip on what they're doing here. If you want people to get it, they got to be able to have people go get it. Of course, it'd be nice if they didn't close at 6 p.m. We have factories here, Wabash National, Subaru, Arconic, or whatever they call that aluminum place over there, right? They're 24 hours a day. Have these places open all night. It's Mr. Plow. What's going on? Roger Penske, I got an offer, ORD to Phoenix, 100,000. I don't know if that's enough for me. It's almost never be home. Oh, forget it. I think it'd be 34 hours in Chicago, being from Chicago. It's a lot of work, 3,500 miles a week. That is a lot of work, but that's a lot of money. But money isn't everything. Only macro. It's Mr. Plow. I appreciate that. Get this out of the way. Yeah. Thank you very much. Earlier the better, right? Look, I wouldn't be in for 3,500 miles a week. Money isn't everything, as they say. And there are other ways to make money besides being 3,500 miles a week if you want to be home. If you don't and you can be gone, then yeah, it's great money. I mean, where else can you make that kind of money? I always tell people driving a truck, people go to Purdue here, spend $80,000 in Purdue, they can make $40,000 a year. Congratulations. The guy that sold me my last phone, I talked to him. He has a degree from Purdue. He's selling phones at Best Buy. Awesome. Aviator Trucker COVID doesn't exist. Just ask the 500,000 trespassers. Okay, nice. That's good. Well, good. We won't have to worry about it. Unfortunately, Delta might make you have the shot to get on, so the wife might not have any choice. Walmart's giving him in Oklahoma the Pfizer shot. Only 1 shot required. Okay, the Walmart here is not listed as a place that's giving them. So there are 3 Walmarts in town. 1, 2, 3. There's 3, 4 in town. None of those are listed on the site to sign up for it. J.A., this is Jerry from Alabama. How's salad on your friend Paul? He's doing awesome. From what I understand, that guy always bouncing back. The whole I have the GP Transco Christmas party pics. If they have them, name your own price. Boy, well, that'd be something to see, wouldn't it? Cash King Trucking, I was backing when your show started. The drum beat almost made me go number 2. I thought I hit something. I hear this. Sometimes you'll hear something till you're backing, you hear something, you look around. Holy mackerel, I've had that happen. A couple, spots over, whatever, the spotter will drop a trailer, and of course they just drop them off there, and you look, oh my God, what did I hit? Oh, holy mackerel, I thought I was going to have to take off real fast, and of course write a note. Alexander, they discontinued the COVID paid leave on March 1st. Really? Tell them, look, come on, are you kidding me? It seems like a reasonable place. Won't they, they won't do anything about that? Holy mackerel. Tell them, I guess I can just keep driving then. I mean, that's the solution. I guess I just keep driving. Did you tell them? How did that work anyway? Did they get notified? Do you have to tell the place you get the test? I guess I would probably tell the place I don't work anywhere or whatever. But I'm just curious. Since you've had it, how does that work if you want to let me know? Listen to Newbies the Who'll all his checks bounce when he's called to Cash's King Trucking. I don't think his checks bounce with all that cash rolling in. I would drive like a new 9066 Mac B model if they gave it to me. Well, yeah. Here's the thing. How old of a truck would you really drive? I mean, it had like, 0 to 2, 2 to 5. What's the oldest year truck you drive? And this was for over the road. Local, I think, is a little bit different. But over the road, although I still think you should have a nice truck, I was, I went no older than 5 years on it. I said no older than 5 years on the road. If they can't give me a truck now that's a 16 or newer, at the company, I would expect that they're not making enough money over there to keep drivers or whatever to make your pay, that kind of thing. I need 5 years or newer. I don't think that's unreasonable. Missy got the Johnson & Johnson single shot. Yeah, that's not in Lafayette. They are giving it around the state, and I thought it was pretty interesting on the site. It showed what shot was given at each site. So you could see exactly what shot you're going to get. But so you'd have to travel, though, an hour probably to go get it. You got an email from the VA that said your wife can get it there also. Chicken Hollow. Oh, that's pretty good. You got your shots at Meyer. I did see Meyer was giving them. They weren't on there. I guess I should have the wife call over there. That's true. I didn't think about that. They are not on the official site in Indiana. Paul Harris, the coolers are 8 feet long used in grocery stores for the cheese counter. Oh, those gigantic things. Oh, all right. Have you seen the decals on the back of Prime Trailers? 2020 best fleet to drive for. John, yes, I have. They always vote themselves the best fleet to drive for every year. They're named the best fleet all the time. But then again, just last week there was an article that came out, the 10 highest paying fleets in the country, and Western Express was on it. So, I don't know where they get this stuff from. The VA will give the vaccine to your spouse or caregiver. Also, vets who want it should check it out. All right. Yeah, we got a couple of vets. We got a pilot that works at the, he was a pilot there. I'll ask him. I don't know if he went to get it. He seems kind of opposed to getting him, though. Roger Penske, ORD is O'Hare. Yes. ORD O'Hare, correct. I fear catching food poisoning at McDonald's more than coming. Well, at least we won't have to catch it from workers there. The ones here have a lot of robots in them. George Wilson's not going to get the shot. Okay. I understand. And look, I'm not telling people to get it or not. Certainly, it's up to you. Your body, your choice, as they say. But being as the wife's going to be flying, she may have no choice but to get it to fly. So they're already talking about it and just want to get stuck at the end, not being able to get the shot as the time for her flight comes up, which is going to be a couple months here. Is there any follow-up on your Steer England goes undercover to video that you did last year? No. They don't write to anybody. They have never. I've contacted them and nothing. They have nothing to say. Alexander, I've already told HR that they're getting over on me in this. I'm about to message my dispatcher and tell her I better be to work tomorrow morning. Yeah, look. Well, what is the, what do they tell you? 2 weeks off or something like that, right? I think. But look, if they're not going to pay you, I guess they don't mind if you come back to work. If they know about it, though, I guess they're probably not going to let you come back. A Middle English form of whole, a noun, an obsolete, obsolete. Western Express, Jonah. Look, that they get on these lists, who knows what these lists, and I always see it'll all say like sponsored content. It's on CDL Life and all these places. That's how they make their money to run their site, of course. So they'll put out a thing, sponsored content, and what they do, I think, I don't know if they do this, is they'll go to companies and say, we're going to put this list together. Do you want to sponsor this? That's how I think. And if the company's like, we'll pay you $200 or $400 or whatever for sponsorship, well, 10 places could be $4,000 or $5,000 for that, and they run that as like a legitimate article, by our reporters or whatever. It doesn't. Ninth best paying company in the country is Western Express. I kind of doubt that. I just doubt it. Chef Matt is here. Good morning, trucking family. My friend and I got food poisoning from old fish. That's great that we made 4 days ago, and we have discarded it because it made us ill. That's awesome. Yeah, let's get rid of that. No more sashimi for you. Think of all the money drivers get paid if over-the-road companies would stop wasting money on worthless technologies that really get drivers injured or killed. Aviator, trucker. I cannot believe the stuff that is in the truck that I have to turn off or disconnect to drive the thing. They give you these buttons. They put this stuff in here, this coasting thing. So you go up a hill. Everybody knows. You crest the hill, truck starts coasting. To what? Like 8 miles an hour below the speed that you have it set. So what do? You put your foot on the floor. The stupid lane keeping thing, I just turned that thing off because it's ridiculous. None of these safety things help. The blind spot thing is super loud. So you're running against the Jersey barrier, but your exit is up here. You have to turn your turn signal on, or you should. Well, that thing is super loud. A team, that's going to wake somebody up. That's ridiculous. Cash is King Trucking. Western Express must be including the class action lawsuit money. No, that's all the money they pay out. Look how much money we pay out. Last month, we paid out $4 million to just 10 people. I never thought about that. That's very good. They should list the 10 highest class action monies that places pay out. That should be sponsored content. Misty, I get my flu shot every year, but eat good and take care of my health so you don't get sick much, especially from home abroad. Well, I think you keep yourself in shape with your job, too, so pretty good, right? 7 days since my first symptoms were on Friday. Oh, all right. But how do they know? How does the company know you got it? Did you tell them? Does the place tell them? Do they ask you where you work? Kelly's done for the week. Home time, here I come finally, right? Done for the week on Monday. That's nice. I like having weekdays off more than weekends, too. I only got the vax because I need to travel to Nicaragua to visit my family and check in on my business there. Yeah, right, because you're traveling, so you don't have any choice, right? So that's the thing. The wife's going to be flying, may not have a choice. I had food poisoning, George Wilson, in August of 89, courtesy of the 76 truck stop at Ryan Road, Milwaukee. Could not prove it. Yeah, it's tough to prove because you don't get it immediately, right? George Costanza will never get it. The government is going to tell me I have to be immunized with the experimental vaccine. If COVID was deadly, as they say, there wouldn't be any homeless left. All right. Yeah, I would say don't get it then. And my employer, if you test positive or exposed to someone who is, we get 10 paid days off. John, it depends. Well, your employer may be being nice about it, but the rule is if your employer has under 500 employees, they're required to pay you. You get the paid time off. So, or you qualify, I forget exactly how it works, but it's under 500. So if you're at a larger place, they don't pay you anything. So, name correction, Western Depressed. Yeah, that's all the drivers there. From getting 27 cents a mile last time I looked on the West Coast. Come on, 27 cents a mile. Yeah, I live in Los Angeles. I get 27 cents a mile. That's awesome. Oh, let's see here. I signed up for the Western Express lawsuit. Awesome. You'd be in it anyway, but yeah, let us know how that goes if you're in on it and how much you get out of it. It'll be something. Alexander, you're required to tell them. It's true. You're required to tell them. I'm just wondering, who required you to tell them? Kansas King Trucking, pay up, you scallywags. Tip your oats. If you ain't tipping, you must be tripping. I appreciate that very much. Believe me, I appreciate it. That's pretty good. Thank you very much. Let's see. So I wanted to know, right, is it this, when you go take the test, do they ask you where you work? And or is it your employer? Like here, probably at most places, they say if you have any symptoms at all, that's the policy here. You are supposed to let us know immediately. Right. But does the state tell them if you tell the state? They probably do. But if you told the state, look, I'm unemployed, there'd be no way for them to know, right? Should you tell them? Yes. Jason, ordered my new truck without any of that safety sensor. Could have saved some insurance, but my sanity is worth more than savings. Oh my gosh, they're just annoying, and all you do is turn them off. All company drivers do, certainly, or turn them off. There's buttons to turn them off right on the dashboard. Boop, boop, hit the buttons, turn them off. So they're not doing any good. If they weren't as intrusive, you wouldn't turn them off. If I just had a warning on the dash where a light lit up or something, that's one thing. I'd probably leave it on. But when it tries to pull me, there's always some goofball moving into my lane. And so I'm trying to get over to the side. I got to move over because they're moving over here. Well, the truck is trying to move me back in the lane. Well, I can't have that. So, because I don't want to have to fight the truck. I got this guy coming. The truck is fighting me. That kind of thing is ridiculous and unsafe. So I just turn it off. It'd be better off if I just had a dash warning or something, a light that didn't make any noise, and it lit up. I could see it, and then I could understand. But the truck, forget it. I just turn it off. So it doesn't do them any good. And he got paid holiday for Easter. Nice. You're probably one of the few that get that. What's up with the all CDA holder go through mandatory sleep apnea testing? They're talking about it. It isn't a requirement yet. Some companies require it. They don't here yet. But some, like Schneider, right? And some companies require it. I don't think it will happen for all companies because some places will gripe about it. So it's not part of your medical yet. But it could be. A company can make you do it. Certainly. Misty, nice, Alex. Let us know when you get a check. I'll have to know what they get. Yeah, some paid good. Some people last year sent me pictures of their check from Swift for like $6,000, $6,500. I'm like, well, that's a major settlement suit right there. There's no consideration for teams when they design a truck. Volvo blinker. Is it super loud or something? I don't remember. But that's loud. So the blind spot thing is loud. The going over the line is loud. All these things make a bunch of noise, and that's waking up your team partner. The blind spot thing is super loud. My employer is the U.S. government. Oh, okay. Well, then they pay everything then, right? The 5 of that was from you. Thanks for splitting it. Still waiting for my payday from the JCT lawsuit. They're still litigating that, as the saying goes, right? If the virus was deadly as said, all the homeless would be full of sick and dying people. That's true, right? You always wonder about that. I'll keep you all posted on a lawsuit. Yeah, I'd like to know how it works. Volvo has that on their four-wheelers. Oh, if you overtake one and they look like they have an orange thing in their mirror. Well, yeah, but I've got that on my on the Escape. We have the blind spot thing, but it doesn't make any noise. It just lights up in the mirror. If Jesus was a loaf of bread, I'm pretty sure he would still have risen. That's very good. That's very good. Hey, hello, GP Transco. It's good to see you here. Did you get an Easter basket? Yeah, from Paul. Paul sent a nice basket over. That was with the sell it on logoed items. What you described is what happened to my 736 MAX crashes. The plane was trying to correct according to the sensor inputs and overpowered the pilots. Roger Penske. Yeah, right. The plane basically crashed itself. And this is the same thing with the truck. Now, fortunately, the truck, is just nudging you back in your lane. When you're going over the right lane here, a truck is coming, but I shouldn't have to fight the truck to be safe. It shouldn't nudge me back into the lane. I understand it's trying to, but it only blind spots the right side. Only blind spots the passenger side. There's no sensors on the driver's side like there are in a car. It's on both sides. If it had a sensor over there, it could see that somebody's encroaching and it would maybe allow you to move. But it's not thinking that far ahead. They only have it on one side. Like you can't have any blind spot on that side. I just don't like it. And I shouldn't have to fight the truck to stay in my lane. If your blinker wakes up your co-driver's a slacker. I do know some people that team wear headsets or whatever, those Bose noise-canceling things, or something like that. That probably helps. I don't know anyone sleeps in a moving truck. I could never get good sleep, Misty, in a team truck. Oh, I agree. I mean, I did it very briefly, and by the end of a week, I was a zombie from just sleeping a couple of hours a day. Unbelievably unsafe. I still don't believe anybody gets any good sleep, especially on the roads today. Gear Jam, I heard chocolate Easter bunnies are 75% off. Probably. Yeah. I fall asleep fast when I used to ride with my dad in his truck. Really? I just don't think over a week when you're trying to drive in that, it's any kind of good sleep, GP Transco. This week announcement, we increased our weekly company driver guarantee from $1,000 to $1,250 last week. Pretty nice. Any extra money is always great. And then, of course, you get the people ask, so I only make $1,250. No, that's a guarantee in case there's problems. So, Fleet Nav Systems heading up pretty soon, but it's great to see you all. Well, good. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you coming in. You can change the volume on all that in a Volvo, the settings in the instrument cluster. Is it on a truck, though? See, the thing is, on a company truck, a lot of companies like mine would disable that if they could. They won't let you turn the sound and stuff down on this stuff. But fortunately, Freightliners put a nice button in there to turn things off. So you just hit the button. It's just ridiculous. Just got a postcard for a CSX lawsuit. Really, Mark? I didn't know the CSX. What are they getting sued for? Oh, yikes. Jason got a CPAP from the VA years ago when Cree tried to force me to buy their machine. The VA informed them they would be discriminating against employment to a disabled vet. Yeah, why do they care where you get it? See, they're probably in on something too, like Schneider, who I just know is in on something, where they sell you the machine themselves, so they're getting money front and back on that. Money in an Easter basket. Yeah, there was an unmarked envelope in there, which is pretty nice. Just said Paul on it, so... Misty, yeah, that's a good move to GP Transco. Anytime you can increase pay, it's always a good move. And the 25% increase in the guarantee, absolutely. Drivers know then they'll make at least $1,250 times 52 if they work every week. Well worth it. As long as you're available to work, I can assume it works like most places. So, it's Mr. Ply. I had a good experience when I teamed. Took a while, but I got used to my bed moving. I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it because immediately, boom, you're dead. Every bump, dead. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, wait, I'm alive. And then I thought, I'm dead. I got to sleep being a sleeper for eternity. Then so I got to peek out the little curtain and see what's going on out there. I slept like a baby in a Euro day cab. Just hug the seat belt and catch some Z's. Wow. A Fleet Nav later. Have a great week and stay safe. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Something you do. Fortunately, Freightliner. Yeah, that is true. That's not something that goes on all the time. Let's see. Where did this go? Right there it is. All right. Fleet Nav Systems. Good YouTube channel, lots of good information out there. Geotab, all kinds of login information. Go check them out. GP Transco, I got to put this on here too. I didn't know that. Right, come out with a raise this week to the guarantee, $1,250 a week guarantee. Well, that's like I don't know, 60 grand plus, right? If we do a little quick and dirty math, not bad. That's guaranteed. That's not your pay, right? That's always at these places. Well, it's all I make. No, that's just your guarantee. Could make more. We'll probably make more. But on weeks, if there's a problem, at least you get $1,250. Boy, that would have been nice years ago, huh? Afternoon all the way to Cockeysville, Maryland. Pigpen, what's going on in Cockeysville, Maryland? Chef Matt, I don't want electronic control, only assist. I only want alert. All I want is from the truck or the car is to let me know what it sees too as an alert. Okay, so no problem. I'll accept all of those, and then I can make a decision on what it's going to do. Then we're in. Then I'm in, right? Fast Joe Corrigan, thank you very much. Abort the abortionist, keep the babies. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for being here today. Let's see, where did I go off to? Oh, right. Your wife sleeps soundly when she rides along with your truck. Alex, the OTR driver. Really? Does it work? Does she drive? Does it work the other way? The Great Freight Sage Logic. Hey, well, that's a pretty good name. No date scheduled yet for Fleet Nav Systems next live. We're awaiting that. Aviator Trucker, I lost my Blue Parrot of 4 years and I wound up buying a brand new Blue Tiger. Let me tell you, that is really nice headset. No. If you wear, of course, make it a Parrot. We're always Blue Parrot here. I've worn them for years and do love them. I love them so much. Blue Parrot. Always Blue Parrot. Go to blueparrot.com and get yourself a Blue Parrot today. Others may imitate, but they are not the same. I wish Blue Parrot paid me for this. I'll tell you what. Somebody from Blue Parrot needs to send me a check. I teamed years ago, and I could tell when I crossed into Indiana. Yes. You know, I was teaming some. We go O'Hare to JFK, Columbus, O'Hare. And you could always tell when the state changed and you're sleeping back there. I'm like, holy mackerel, it must be the state change. Yes. Yeah, they're part of the Teal crew. Yeah. George Costanza, parking is always an issue, especially if you're getting somewhere late at night, which is now 4:30 p.m. Melton pays 50%. It's much better to reserve a spot than you have to pay to find a spot. I agree. And does that work good when you reserve? Is there actually a spot for you? And personally, I think Melton or any company should pay 100% of parking to park their company truck. So that's for every company. It's their truck. If you need a parking spot, they ought to pay for it. My Pete was OOS and they gave out of service. Oh, and they gave me a Volvo that the previous driver turned everything off. I took it to the shop. I thought it was broken. Too bad. Then they turned everything back on. That's when you get a truck and the truck goes 73 and then you take it to the shop and go, oh, can you turn this down? Nobody does that. Went out yesterday in the backyard, my 20 gauge was hunting chocolate rabbits. Dollar store bunnies make the best kills. Oh, at least they're not real. Lawsuit over fingerprints at the Intermodal Yard. Oh, do you have to have fingerprint to get in the yard? See, that's the thing. They always ask you for this information. What are they going to do with it? What do they do with the information? GP Transco, if it's a bare minimum guarantee. It's $65 a year, but our company drivers earn $75 to $90. You're right, but I'm sure you get this question. Oh, so you only pay $12.50, right? I'm sure that comes up every once in a while. It's just what you get. If there's a problem on a week, you'll get $12.50 at least. But you're going to make more than that when you actually get working. So I favor electronic resist. That'd be better. Alexander's going to hop off of here. Well, hey, go get some rest and let me know what happens over there. So take it easy out there for you. I heard Volvo's working on mitigation with no sound or lights. It simply applies a mild electronic shock. There is, that's funny. Who is it? It's one of the foreign makes, I think. Mercedes or something. They do vibrate the seat in a car for some of these alerts. So yeah, they're already on that. Is our headset winner? If so, did you get it? Is the headset winner here? All right, is our headset winner here from last week? Loves has a $30 coupon in their app for the Blue Parrot 450. $30. Oh, really? That's pretty good. So what's that bring it down to? Probably 129-ish, 119. That's good. $30 off. That's a good price then. Alex, I tried to get her to drive, but she doesn't want to. She prefers the passenger seat. All right, fair enough. I just wondered if you could sleep with somebody driving. I'll tell you what, it's very difficult. It takes, somebody to do that. I don't know. We have a team that has been together for years here, and they seem to do okay, but there's no way I would do it again. Whenever one of them goes on vacation, they always ask, hey, you want to go out for a week or whatever? No. They've offered $2,000 for the week, a flat $2,000, and they have a tough time getting people to go do it just for a week. They're just not going to do it. I don't know why they don't have this arranged in advance, too. Because they'll be like calling on Friday afternoon. Can you leave in 20 minutes? No. How about that? Check out the Euro news. Europe is usually a couple of years ahead. Well, There at least somebody's got to be up front. I do like the trucks. 750 horsepower, nice. My company pays for parking. They just reimburse me after the fact, creature. Yeah, 937. They should. They should pay for parking in full in a company truck. Because it's their truck. Now, owner-operators, it's your truck, so you're the company, you get to pay for your own parking. But I think, companies should pay for a parking spot. Or they should have some kind of thing, like you go through and the parking lot's full and they pay it, whatever. The company should pay the parking. Not half and half, because, why should you have to pay to work? Creed says use your points for parking. No, how about you pay for your truck to park in I deliver your freight. All the costs associated, that's how I see as an employee, and that's why I'm not an owner-operator, I guess. All costs associated with work should be borne by the employer. That's how I see it as an employee. So whatever work costs there are paid by the employer, not me. And so that's how I see it. That's just what I think it should be. GP Transco, we do not only pay $12.50 a week, right? Some people probably think it's just the minimum that you're going to get as long as you're able to work all week, $12.50. That's a 25% increase. Not bad. Sunny and 70 degrees in Minneapolis. Possibly record highs today around Minnesota. Oh, finally. Yeah, I know it's going to be 76 degrees today. Mercedes owns PACCAR. Huh, nice. Glad they're not using those Mercedes engines anymore. Remember when that would be on the side of Columbia? Yikes. Was on my reset, Speed's brother. PC to grocery store a mile away, forgot to re-enter PC, drove back to truck stop, discovered I lost 29 hours of a reset for a mile. That's true, because you're not going to be able to reset drive time. You can't reset drive time, and so I don't think there's a solution to that. Fleet Nav Systems is not on right now, but I don't think there's any way to solution for that because you were driving. So, and I don't think that can be reset. Maybe. My company pays for parking when the free spots are all taken. They didn't want to, but didn't give them a choice. We need drivers. They don't want to lose one. Well, here's the thing about that. I thought about that too. How do they know if their free spots are taken? Just on your say-so, basically? Like there were no spots? Because the deal about parking is you'd be able to reserve the spot in advance. And the downside would be, I guess, there's still free spots to be available. Oh, that's a good question. If you reserve a spot and you go to a truck stop, see, I've never used reserve parking. And you get in there and there's a free spot. Can you then cancel the reservation and not pay? That's a good question. I used to reserve a parking at a Flying J. 95% of the time I had a spot. The other 5 was when the driver parked in the reserve spot and they didn't pay and wouldn't answer the knock on the door. Oh, they should be towed. I do think that should happen. There should be a tow truck and the driver. Let's start hooking a tow truck up and see if the driver wakes up. If not, just tow the truck away. What's the latest favorite CDL school and company? Well, see, there's too many CDL schools. I just can't look into them. I recommend people look up reviews. Each state has different laws. Oh my gosh, there's way too many of those to get into. 2,000 sign me up. Well, for a week, I wouldn't be interested. I've turned them down for that. I'm like, no. They're just paying a flat on it, and I'm just like, no way, because I know I'm not going to sleep all week. I don't think it's safe. I just don't think so. When you're extreme upper 30s, it's hard enough to get any sleep, much less do that. I sent the email. Did you not get it out and look at email before the show? I'm usually up on the show, although I will be looking at that afterwards. You gave that game box to some other dude who really needed the socks. Right, that is true, right. He's just somebody else. Is GP Transco paying company drivers 1099 or W-2? Oh, they are here. Only W-2. GP Transco is a regular company that pays W-2. They're just in the area where most places are not. That's disappointing. But yeah, you're an employee. They're like a regular place. If people don't understand the $12.50 guarantee, maybe passing the driver cash or Schuster Trucking. That's true. But I guarantee you, probably once a week, they get a call like that says, but you only paid $12.50? Even though it says guarantee. When they won't get out of your spot, just crisscross the airlines and walk away. Gear Jammer, that's good. I'll pay for parking if it extends my day and makes my life easier. Midlife trucker. I understand that, but I will say, as an employee, there shouldn't be any cost borne by the employee to go to work. All the costs of work are paid by the employer. That's the idea of being an employee. That's what I'm saying. And so if there's paid parking for their truck to deliver their freight, which they hire me to do, part of the costs of delivering that freight are the parking spot. And so I think the employer pays that. PACCAR's a publicly traded company. They're not owned by Mercedes. I don't think these drivers, I don't think the drivers would notice. Had some hubbub near me the other day. The alco locks got hacked, so hopefully the taxis could not start up in the morning. What's an alco lock? That's some kind of European thing? What exactly is that? Is GP Transco forced dispatch? Well, they're on here. We'll let them answer that. I'll say yes, but we'll see what they say. Well, they will when they get ready to leave, and they'll be embarrassed when they call road service. What company is doing a guaranteed $2,000 each for teams? Me and my buddy would probably sign up. George Costanza. I will say I'm seeing close to that. You know, I think two of you could get 18. And if you looked hard enough, I think you could get, let's see, who is Quest, who I sent teams to a lot. Quest is $185,000 guaranteed for two people. So I will say GP Transco also does teams. So what's the guarantee for teams at GP Transco? That's interesting. Is it $1,250 a person then? Company drivers let us know during orientation which locations they don't want to go to, and they're never sent there. So you can block off part of the country. So I'd be like, only up and down I-65, please. And so that's probably why they don't let me work there. Famous clip from here. Truck taking his 10 feet in front of the main gate. Some yard jack with a forklift rolling the truck. Wake up. Oh, that's good too. Yeah, get a big forklift out there. My new run is going to start Canton, Ohio, up along 80 to New Jersey, back to Canton, then over to Alsip in 2 days. Is that possible? I'd have to look the miles up. And I mean, part of it is traffic. It seems like that's pretty far. But I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it'd be 10, it'd be 11, 10, 11, 10. There wouldn't be like a regular schedule kind of thing. Are there any things to consider coming up in the future? There's nothing on the calendar at the moment. If a driver in a reserve spot won't answer, call the company and the police and tell them you think the person is dead. Cash is saying, oh, hopefully it's KB. Hopefully it's K and B. They'll be like, oh, we'll send the police immediately. That driver's been sleeping more than 10 minutes. Let's get him out of there. TS is probably the best reserve parking. They do enforce the spots. Pilot is hit or miss. Sapp Brothers puts Jersey Bears in front of the truck till you pay. Oh, nice. They should but a driver that's sitting there that won't get up if you're going to tell them, they ought to hook up a tow truck to him. Midlife trucker, I'm making nearly $100,000. I can handle 15 to 30 per week. All right. That's good. I do see more drivers now, crossing the 80,000 and plus. That's pretty good. By the way, that's pretty good money. Me, George, who do I drive for? Well, I don't get asked that much, which is good. I do this show every week for people that are new here at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time every Monday, and I just keep the videos clean or whatever. I just don't say who I drive for. That keeps them out of my videos. I also don't recruit for them. Now, if you like your company, maybe you should recruit for them because places need employers, but I just keep them completely out of the video. I think that works out better. Steel Horse, my employer pays for parking when needed. That's good. I mean, so you call them and say, look, I need a park, and they pay it in full, and it's done because that's how they should do it. Plus, that's a good place to work. What are the average miles per week for a driver GP Transco? It's a system connected to a breathalyzer. Oh, okay. If you don't blow green, stuff won't start. The company gets notified. Is that required on every cab over there? Okay, so it's between 2,600 and 3,200 miles per week at GP Transco. We do not have a guarantee for teams. Oh, okay. But 2,000 would be a bit low for a team. No, I think they were thinking 2,000 per person. So I was just wondering if it's $1,250 ahead for teams then, because that would be kind of the thing. But he was thinking 2,000 per person, not 2,000 split. Give GP Transco, give them a little chance there. Give them a call, and they can talk to you more on the phone. How about that? And I don't have the phone number on there, which I guess I should. To call them. Here's the call them. Here's no number. Mark drives for NASA. Oh, that'd be pretty awesome. I wish I could drive for NASA. Used to drive a truck. It's illegal to hook up to a vehicle that has people in it. Kelly. Used to drive a tow truck. Yeah, well, that's true. But we knocked and nobody came out. So here's the thing. What do you do about that? That's interesting since you drove that. So you knock and knock. There's no answer, no movement or anything in the truck. And you're there to tow it away. Can you tow it away? Or do you have to open the door and actually look in the truck to find out? That's a good question. So, okay, it's illegal to hook it up. I get that. So, but we're knocking and have been knocking. There's been no movement, no answer, nothing. So do we think it's empty? You see what I mean? If I stopped driving at 5, I'd find parking without an issue, but I choose to drive later. Midlife trucker. Yeah, and some people have to. You can't always get a schedule. And that's why I think companies should pay for parking for their drivers. I'm just wondering if you can reserve early Then when you get there, if there's a free spot, can you cancel the reservation? Or is that it? Or just are you in it? No, NASA helps Mark find his way home. Big difference. Yeah, the truck almost finds its own way home now. I watched the driver pull into a reserve spot, pull their curtains and hide in the back. Then when employees would knock on the door, they would ignore them. Misty, that's the thing. So then can we hook up a tow truck? If he's ignoring knocks, so we don't know if anybody's in there, like certainly the people in the store don't know if there's anybody in there. He doesn't come out. Do we just assume the truck's abandoned and towed away? What happens on a case like that? If the truck's not teal, the offer's not real. Oh, that's very good too, right. Midlife Trucker, I share pay statements on YouTube. I don't throw links out of respect for your team. Well, let's everybody head over there and check them out at Midlife Trucker, Tom Bell. Let's see how it goes over there, right. When I was over the road, I was the early driver. I get up earlier and I find parking sooner, usually 6 to 5. It just doesn't always work that way, right? Alex, I always try to do that too. I'm with you. Leave the truck stop, super early, 5 or 6 in the morning, and then you're parked early. You always had a parking spot. You could figure out, I'm going to go to Cheyenne tonight or whatever, and you knew where you're parking. It just didn't always work that way. That's why I like longer loads, because you can figure your days out. I hauled a load of rubber mats for NASA, 10% to -4 continuous, Cash King Trucking. Why? Why are they set to -4? Are they getting them ready for the moon or something where it's colder? So you can only cancel the pilot before noon. All right, so if you set it up in the morning and then you get there at, say, 8 p.m. and there's free parking, you still paying for the spot. I'm just trying to help out the company by saying, maybe give them a deal. Look, I'll reserve, and if I can find free parking, then I won't use the spot. But you're saying no to that. Speech Brother, say no to passenger endorsement. Freight should not talk back to the driver. I knew a guy that drove for Greyhound, and he liked it. Okay, because he always said this, that if everybody got a little rowdy in the back, he would just turn the heat up a little bit in the back, couple degrees, and everybody went to sleep. So it kind of heated him up to sleep. I don't know, but that's what he said. Anyway, if you reserve, you don't get a refund. It says in the disclaimer before you pay. All right, so we can't do that. We can't be nice to the company and say, I'll reserve it, but if I get a free spot, I'll cancel it. So once you reserve it, it's in. You're out $12 or so. All right. How about a thumbs up for the stream from everybody? Mark is always doing a great job. Grand Jeep. Well, I appreciate that very much. You're going to have to change that to a Grand Wagoneer pretty soon. You can't cancel. Otherwise, everyone would reserve, then cancel. It would defeat the purpose. Well, no, I think it would be good. Everybody would reserve, and then people would try to find a free spot, and if they couldn't, they still had their reserve spot. So, I don't know. I think it might still work out. But I guess if you can't do it, then the company's stuck, I guess, on it. I saw a guy hit the Jersey barrier at Sap Brothers. He woke up, jumped in the driver's seat, and tried to leave. No idea it was blocked in. Is it one of those filled up ones, full of water or sand or whatever, too? Or Lumpers 1099? Probably. Most of these companies try to scam them on it, all they shouldn't be. Trucker Beetle Bailey has 8 million views on TikTok right now of all of teenagers, though. That's pretty good, 8 million views. I'll give you that. It's more than this entire channel has, so that's very good. Where does that go? I mean, where does that... What's that? I guess I don't have TikTok, so I guess I can't even ask what it is. There were trucks registered as buses here a while back to get more speed, had 10 passenger seats. Oh, do you get a different speed limit then over there? Great. Lumber companies are 1099. The employers might be W-2. That's true, right. How about a Gracie break? Oh, we can. Yeah, and she's sleeping back on the couch, too, so, or at least she was. Where'd she go off to? Oh, right here. Yeah, she's over here somewhere. She can't. She's like, somebody asked for me? That's incredible. Where did she go down to, right? Oh, also this, too. All right. 2 cats can come on at one time. Here, and then I can get back to this. Let's see, where did this go? Too many buttons. There's just too many buttons to press. I feel like, some kind of DJ. DJ Mark. Yikes. How do you do, Mark? Hunter P. Brown. Doing great. That's theft of services. Sap Brothers use giant concrete barriers. So what, they just... forklift them over there? That's all. I will tell you, that's an awesome idea. Misty, when I was a Greyhound driver, I had a drunk that kept wanting to come up and talk to you. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? I saw the problem, but every time he started walking toward me, I'd tap the brakes. See, that's the thing. Greyhound drivers got a lot of power. Did you ever heat the place up and put people asleep? Because that's what this guy said he would do. Just kick up the temp a little bit and people go to sleep. The Grumpy Trucker's checking in, right? Use the super soaker. That's good, right? How old of a truck would you take? How old of a truck would you take? All right, I saw an ad for this Kogler mattress. Have you ever seen these ads? It's a mattress for semi-trucks. No, this is not sponsored or anything. I saw an ad. The ad says on it, fluid proof. I thought, well, that's awesome. Fluid proof. What does that say? Sepp Brothers use the shop forklift to move the barrier. Does it work? So then do most of the time, are those spots available then? Because if that works, that's a great idea. Misty likes as a woman, I like the Sepp Brothers bathroom. Do they have better potpourri in there? Because I still always say that's what's going on there. Are they just kept cleaner or whatever? And I love blocking people in. I think that's a great idea. I love Sepp Brothers. The apple barrel is awesome and different too. It's actual concrete Jersey barrier that uses saps to enforce parking. So does that work? Does that keep people out of spots? I mean, they ought to do that at the fuel island too. If you're there at 10 minutes, boom, right? If you pull up and go anywhere else inside to get your fuel receipt, if there's a line, you get blocked in and you got to be towed away or pay or something. I mean, it's just crazy. I like freight with no attitude. That's probably better. I'm just wondering if somebody hooks up the truck and how do we find out if someone's inside of a semi? Sepp Brothers coffee is made for real truckers. Pilot always gets voted the best coffee on the road. I'm not really a coffee drinker, so, I don't know. I've spilled coffee in my bunk before drinking. Midlife trucker, I get it. But the way it said it, it's a fluid proof. I mean, it just seemed unusual for a mattress to say fluid proof back there. Mark loves blocking people in with roller wieners, potpourri, and cats. I'd put all those in front of your truck. Not the cats, maybe. They probably wouldn't stay there, and who knows what you would do to them. But yeah, look, I'm just telling you, the women's bathroom is full of potpourri. I just have to believe it. I didn't know the Sepp Brothers had more than that. So I want to go. These Kenworth and Pete are parking trucks. They're making the trucks partially. I just don't know if you know this, semis, and parking them out in the lot because they don't have computer chips for them. Ford's closed a bunch of plants. 6 plants are going to close here in the coming weeks for periods of time. Toyota's closing a plant. For a while, Nissan said they're going to close one of their plants. Mack and Volvo are going to have shutdown days coming up where everybody is sent home. Nobody's going to work. They cannot get computer chips. They can't get the chips that control all the computers in the trucks and cars to make them anymore. It's ridiculous. And it isn't going to get any better anytime soon. I love when Cash King Trucking. I love when I see the guys taking a berry over to put it in front of a truck. I just sit back and wait for the show. Oh my gosh, you got to get that on a video or something. I've never seen that. Put that out there, and that has got to be the greatest thing ever. Sepp Brothers, right? They have something there. Doesn't do coffee. More of a high-speed chicken feed. Yeah, no bumblebee things at the 76 at the cash register. Those keep you going. You don't need coffee. I wonder if fluid proof means that helps repel sweat. Okay. I didn't actually think about sweat, but all right. That might be better, but if you're in the truck by yourself, you can set the temperature basically to whatever you want, which the wife doesn't like. I always have a cooler at least to sleep, so I can get some sleep, but it's always come out. I'm waiting for a pan to come flying at me, but trying to keep it cooler to sleep. But if you're in the truck by yourself, you could presumably have the temperature set at whatever you want. And once we started getting plugs in the trucks, and then I would always have a little fan in the truck blowing at me. So, because you got to always have a fan. Sepp Brothers calls the police if the driver doesn't respond within 30 minutes. At least the Denver location does. Well, yeah, so I guess he could be dead. They'd want to do a courtesy check of him. I kind of hate wasting the police's time for that. Shortage of semiconductors, so component shortage. Right, and so they're partially making them, and they said they're going to bring the trucks back in when they get the computer chips back and continue making the trucks. And eventually they're going to have to shut down too. The women's bathroom is not full of potpourri. I assume there's sachets of potpourri everywhere on the couches and everywhere else. I'm going to make a video and send it to you to prove the women's bathroom is the same as the men's. That's disappointing. Hopefully at least you have better limericks on the walls. I will say that. Sepp Brothers has automated toilets that spray your bottom with warm water, like a bidet, and blow warm air up your derriere. Nice. Oh, that rhymed too. That's good. And they're super nice and clean and well maintained. So they have bidets? Are you telling me Sepp Brothers has a bidet? Tell me that's in the men's. Because I've always told the wife that when we get moving our house, I'm having a bidet put in there because it's just so classy. What says class than a stream of warm water up your butt? Nothing. Did you make those screens on your rear cab window or are they factory? The cab doesn't have windows in the back. They buy them without windows. You know why they do that? Because they had too many drivers dropping a trailer and not disconnecting the airlines, and the airlines pop off when the driver drives away and break the back windows. And they got sick of fixing the back windows. And so they order for years, really. They've ordered day cabs without back windows. 95% of the day cabs we have do not have back windows in them. It's just a wall back there. So that's not my screen. They come that way. You can get them that way from the factory. And so the back of the cab, it looks just like the back of a sleeper cab. It's just a cab with lights on it, for work lights. But they order them like that because they had too many drivers breaking the windows because drivers have no idea, apparently, how to drop a trailer. Although I will say everybody's probably done that. I've done that a few times over my career. But they had a lot of windows broken because the hose would snap and it would hit the window and break it. And then, so they fixed the windows. They just order them without windows. Now just dents the back of the truck. So the older day cabs have a bunch of dents on them. You can always see who the person that's dropping trailers without disconnecting hoses is. Hilarious, really. Only way to get Billy Biggery to wash his butt is the super trucker bidet. Look, I'm in for it. If it's automatic like that, maybe they should put one in the men's room. Canadian Tanker Yanker. Hello, Mark. Another day hauling heavy and fight idiots on the highway through Toronto. I can imagine. That's every day. Do you get the same kind of idiots we get? Probably do. Although probably they don't drive as much because gas costs a little more. Although not much more anymore. 286 today. My ideal temperature is a few degrees cooler than the core of the sun. Yes, that's typical. All right. That's too much, though. I mean, the core of the sun, I don't know. How about 70, 72? Can we go to 72? So you're going to be one of those hot 80? You're closer to 80? That's way too much. I can't take it. A new run, what does your spouse think about that? Are you reversed from here? A new run I'm going to or might have involve a delivery for Fort Wayne, Indiana. Is that a decent place for deliveries, Luke? I don't know. It depends where you're going, I guess. I mean, I assume so. It's certainly better than any large city. Sap, no, you can tell by the smell when she isn't feeling well. Yikes. That's good, interesting. Urinal men's bathroom mistaken for bum cleaner. Oh, right. How many people use it, too? That's kind of like a Japanese toilet. It's got all those buttons on the side of it and stuff. GP Transco Teal truck just passed me I-90 in South Dakota. Paul Harris. I can assume that because what? We are west of the Mississippi River. West, really, of the Indiana-Illinois border. And that's the trucks are automatically sent west there. So, right? So figure if you go there and get a Teal truck, you'll likely get the longer runs because you're sent west. So I don't know if that works out, but it seems to. All the ones here are like they're weird colored trucks. I find a white one and they're like, we have 2 white trucks or whatever. And that's the one I see. I prefer my day cabs with no windows. That sun can really heat the back of my neck up. Cash King Trucking. I will tell you that. I agree with that. And I sometimes would tint them. So I get automotive tint and just slap a couple pieces of tint back there because you do get that problem. I agree. But the company didn't care about that at all. Of course, they could care less whether you're tinted. They don't even get UV glass in the truck because it saves them like 14 cents. So the trucks are hot, but they stopped the windows just so they didn't have to replace them all the time. Seth Brothers has the best shower. The couple showers, 2 sinks, 2 shower heads, and a bathtub. A bathtub? Hey, you've been in there 3 hours. Can you come out of there? To them, out of fuel on so that it at least teaches them what to do. I saw he was $5.99 gas for $5.99. That's crazy. Just saw a guy pulling with winter cover on. I'm going to need a winter pump. Detroit says no front cover above 10. Cash is King. I know. How long do people leave these covers on? I never use one. Okay, I haven't used one in many, many, many years. We don't use a winter front, and the truck stays warm. That's, old school right there. That's got to be some old Pete or whatever. That's usually how I see these winter fronts on. Can we, by the way, if your winter front is on and it's like 70 degrees out, you can take it off. Okay. The way the trucks are designed, that's what they say. All the air inlets around the grill and they go to cool different things. Different things need air. Try not to cover it up. I have a Charger with the 392. Premium costs $5.50 a gallon. Gas price have no effect up here. The dummies must travel. Wow. $392 premium, which the Escape gets here, was $334 here. Yesterday filled it up, so it's still a little bit less nice. And I can imagine with the $392, you probably don't get the gas mods that I get. But hey, well worth it. I was going to say is that the stick, but you cannot get the stick in the Charger. Stick's in the Challenger, so nice. Kelly, on motel rooms, I usually turn the thermostat up to 90. That's way much. Right. 70 at night, 72 max. Can we go just 72 would be the most we'd want to do, I think. For nighttime with a fan. With a fan. My little Civic daily driver will run on 87, though. Canadian tanker yanker. Yeah, right. Sonic gets regular gas. So, absolutely. Small turbos should all get high performance, and small turbos, all that should all get premium. If you're going to the GM truck plant, you have a great run. Oh, right. That GM truck plant in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Get this. Pam, who I gripe about all the time, runs ads all the time at that plant up there. They pay a $1,250 or $1,300 guarantee local, home every day, 45 to 50 hours a week. That's what it says on it. Home every day. And that's not bad money to be home every day working for PAM. That's probably twice what half of their road drivers make. That's ridiculous. Although they're probably off right now. So I don't know if PAM's paying them or not. I just thought about that, right? I like my day cabs with windows because they have to blindside jackknife up a little bit. The rear window makes it easier. It does. Right? But the company also here doesn't care about that. They'd say, "I'll just get out and look the 40 times," rather than us having to fix the window. I'm not the one messing up your windows. I go, well, who cares? Who would use a truck stop bathtub? Well, do you think it's cleaner than the shower? I have never seen a truck stop with a bathtub in the shower. Cash is King Trucking. Can you imagine scrubbing the rings out of those bathtubs at Sapp Brothers? Yeah. You get this guy that's first shower in 8 days or whatever. I mean, holy moly. Imagine how bad the scrubbing bubbles won't even. They're even like, forget this, and they all bubble themselves out of there. Only put the Weiner front on if it's 10 below or less. Jason, I do see some of them, in the cold, but some people forget them. I haven't used one in years. As long as it stays warm, I don't use them. Kelly, probably need to use a diamond blade sander. I cannot imagine. What do they draw straws to see who? It's probably the new person. Oh, well, you're the new shower person. So guess what? You get to clean out shower number 4, which is the couple shower with the bathtub. Holy mackerel. What about a headache rack? Oh, that would work, but we wouldn't need that here, certainly, John. So I wouldn't need a headache rack, and that would cost them money. I mean, there's no way they're going to put a headache rack. They wouldn't put the deer guards, like I was saying, because it costs them more than fixing the trucks. So they're just opposed to that. They do some kind of cost-benefit analysis or whatever and go, oh, well, if only every 15 trucks needs a hood, that's less than putting a deer guard on every truck. So we'll just fix all the hoods. So that kind of stuff, that's stuff they do just to save money. So, and that's typical of a company to do that. They just don't ever take into consideration, like a driver might need to blindside all the time. Oh, well, too bad. They have a power mirror. What else do they need? I mean, come on. Handicap bathrooms at a few Sapp Brothers have a bathtub. Really? I've been in those Sapp Brothers. Used to have a Sapp card that had the big coffee pot thing on it or whatever. I have never seen a bathtub in there. I should have taken more showers, I guess. They're talking about truck drivers that left last year because of what was going on. And they're having a tough time getting them back on the road. How about that? Having a tough time getting drivers. And so they said, look, what's the reason? They said, is it because of unemployment? How about that? Or the stimulus checks? And I thought, are stimulus checks the reason you won't go back to work? We've gotten 2 checks, a $1,200 and a $1,400. Is in like a year. It's like, oh man, I'm $3,000. Am I not going to go to work? Holy moly. 20, right, $1,400 a piece. So $2,800 and $1,200, $4,000. All right, so we got $4,000. Are we just like, well, I guess I can quit now. And right now, unemployment's only $300 extra. So the most you'd get is $690 here in Indiana, and that's taxed. So is that enough to say people are not going to go back to work? That's ridiculous. I don't think that's the problem. What the real problem is, what they finally got to at the end, is some of those drivers found local work or gig work, which is funny because I just did that video. But they found gig or local work that are keeping them in money, and so they're not getting back on the road. And that's the problem. That's why all these companies are giving so many raises recently. A Canadian tanker yanker. How'd you get out and look when backing off a busy street with people trying to get around you? Companies don't care about that, but you're right. Backing in a large city or whatever off a street, just park, get out of the truck. You can watch the laser beams come out of people's eyes when you're trying to do that. Sam, you're going to need a priest, rabbi, and a monk to get that ring out of the tub. Yeah, that's a ring you don't want to have either. Joan Arc, I hope I do have a job. What's your thoughts on the company KC? They haul out of Princeton and Louisville. They haul auto parts. Yeah, I've seen them all over the place, right? Red trucks. They do training. Absolutely. Don't they have, isn't it hourly, right? Local jobs are hourly because they advertise down there too. And I think those local jobs are hourly. So you should get paid for your time there. I didn't know they ran all the way if they would run out of Louisville. Smelled a driver at that pilot in OKC who smelled like he got himself a mess and got back in the truck and drove off. Might be wanting to use that tub at Saps. Maybe he wants to go and use that bidet thing too. Holy mackerel. Can we just be a little bit sanitary? Does anybody else have watch Bonehead Truckers? I've heard of it, right? You know, KC, I wanted to think about that KC too. If they're hauling out of auto parts right now, auto parts are a little slow. I'd ask them about that because of this chip shortage. So make sure there's going to be work for you. Do they have a guarantee at KC? Did you not get the $600? Yeah, the $1,200 original, each of us got 6. It came as one check, which I don't understand. And then this recent one, which was $2,800. But that's not enough to quit your job over a year. He give you $4,000 in a year, and you're like, I'm not going back to work. I got $4,000 in the last 12 months. I mean, that's not like super big money. Not enough where you can quit your job. Freightliner says the winter covers are okay if you're loaded. -10 and empty up to 10. I have one and I do use it. Also acceptable if you're idling your truck under 30 degrees. Well, do you think it helps? My question, or that you need it? Because, like, I'm always light, okay? And the truck stays warm. I mean, I'm getting heat out of it. It's maintaining its temperature. So is it doing any good if the truck's maintaining temperature? What is the benefit to it? As long as the truck maintains the temperature. By the way, I did have a Fairmont years ago that I had to put a winter front on that to get heat out of it. But that's another story. With a 250 straight 6, it needed a winter front. Save money and don't bathe. If you can't get a bath every couple days, right, shower, you're not getting 50 gallons every 2 days? Come on. Flash in the pan. I didn't get that one. No idea why. Companies getting greedier. Drivers treated worse than death row inmates. Angry Bob. Well, that's another thing. They're not treated as well on the road. And so they're like, well, forget this. And so many of them were laid off, and those are the ones that are not coming back. They found some other work that's local, and they're like, well, why would I go back and do that? That's what they finally got to at the end of this, which I think is somewhat ironic. Drivers are low participation rate. Maybe it's the unemployment. No. Nobody's still on unemployment in a year anyways. There was a $1,200 and a $600 and a $1,400. Where did I miss? No, there was $600. $600. Do we get the $1,200? Did I miss something? Whatever the checks were. Oh, the $1,200 came $2,400 and then $1,200. Okay, and then $1,400 each. Because the $1,200 came separately on a card that I got just for it, and then they didn't put the rest of the money in that card. Right. Is that enough money though to not work? I don't think so. I rock Bonehead Truckers. They're pretty funny. All right. They pay $9.25 for training. Ooh, and after the training, they go up to $19.57. Not sure about a guarantee. I'm just curious if they pay a guarantee. I would say $19.57. Please tell me they at least pay overtime, because that's 20 straight time. Oh, they pay overtime. Okay, and how often does that go up? And that needs to go up a little bit. But at least you'd be home every day, and that would be easy work. The idiot drivers in Canada are more polite. That's good. At least they're being polite when they give you the finger and then say, oh, I'm so sorry. If your company doesn't treat you well, you picked the wrong company. Yeah, just move now. There's no reason to stay there anymore. The days of the cardboard slip sheets and bungee cord winter fronts are gone. Oh, those were the days when you could say, oh, no, I'll take that slip sheet, and then just bungee that on the front and maybe write a little note on it or something. Yes. The only people I see running them, or not the only people, but it's always some old truck or whatever, because it doesn't seem like new trucks need a winter front anymore. Like, there's not even clips on my grill for it. So I don't know. You'd have to bunch it on there. We don't use them here. We don't use the winter fronts. If you can't If you can't afford $14 for a shower, or you don't have one, you need to find another job. Right. You either need a free one or be able to afford. I guess if you don't have a free one, you probably can't afford one because you haven't gotten 50 gallons of fuel in 2 days. So then it's time to get a job. So that's curious. Cash is King Trucking. I do use my winter cover and it helps. It helps keep the truck up to temperature in the morning. If your water temperature is below 185, you need one during the winter. So it probably works better for idling. So if you're running it in the wintertime, that would probably really help. In the winter, just rolling down the road, it seems to do okay. These trucks, at least I stay warm in them. We have to leave the cover on the radiator because of the pandemic. Oh, that's good. Somebody should make one like that. GP Transco got to run. Thanks for another show. Have a good week. All right. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. People should check out GP Transco if they're looking for a place to go right now. And they do teams also there. New $12.50 guarantee. Nice. I'm in. Well, I'm not in, but I do recommend it. Time and a half for anything over 40, one Saturday a month. Okay, so at least you're getting overtime. So 50 hours, what is 800 plus 30, $1,100 for 50 hours because you get overtime of 20. All right. And Saturday you'd get more hours that week, maybe 65, 66 hours. 60 hours would be another 300, be $1,400 on ones you work Saturday. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad, especially to get started. Flash in the pan. I tried the IRS could have amended by text, but I already filed 16-week delay. I amended. Yikes! You don't even have to file yet this year. Gas here is now $2.48. Oh, that's good. You're in some low area. You need the shower power. Some drivers need to be powered into the shower and thrown in there. We should all be able to vote. If 3 people walk up to the cashier and say that person needs a shower, they'll be able to take you in there and hose you off. If someone needs a shower, I'll just give my credits for one away. I've got 7 and home weekly. Help a driver out. Yeah, look, if you need a shower, I'd pay for a shower for you. If you're like, I can't even get a shower, I'll buy you a shower if you see me. So come and see me. Still, horse, if I have to buy a shower, I get reimbursed. So what do they not pay for there? So that's pretty good. So if you're in an area or whatever, don't have points and need a shower, just turn the receipt in and they pay you back. Perfect. And that's something they don't even have to do. Good. Because that would be something that they would probably say you should do yourself. Not too many places do that. That's pretty impressive. The stamps for the winter front are optional as part of the Arctic package on the Kenworth. You probably got that. I would say get the package for the quietness and the insulation. So I'm always in for that stuff. Here, believe me, anything that costs any kind of money, they're not going to get. And winter fronts, drivers would probably ruin those hitting stuff. If they have to order the trucks without windows because drivers are getting the hoses snapped into the windows. Believe me, winter fronts are not going to be a thing that drivers are going to be able to figure out or put on or in any other way, be able to use. Believe me. Did you see this guy, a truck driver, who was charged with kidnapping? But he says, hey, it was all a misunderstanding. Because people at a truck stop noticed a young girl, they said, running away from a truck screaming, help me. And so he grabbed her and put her back in the truck. They called the police. And they said, we're just having an argument. Of course, he's 29 and she's 17. But, hey, we're a couple. And she definitely did not want to be there. It is being returned to her home now. But it was all just a big misunderstanding. It turns out he's in jail. Hey, here's the thing. 17, you say, no thank you. How about that? That's what I'm saying. 29 and 17. But it was just understanding. Can you scrub my back after you buy me a shower? Cash is King Trucking. That's extra. That's extra. Those are free, though, at the manhole. So consider that. Huge Mike. I always have an abundance of free showers. If anyone asks, I always help them out. Has anyone asked, though? I would say they would ask Cash is King. They go, can you get me a shower? Oh, and is this scale ticket legitimate? No one's ever asked me for that. No one has ever said, can I get a shower or whatever. I will give you a shower. Okay. I'll be happy to do that for you. Rather than pay for showers and parking, just pay me well. They could do that, and then you could get your own stuff. I agree. Luke keeps your house temp at 68. Oh, that would never go here. That is not going to be allowed, believe me. No way is that going to be allowed. Let me get my sand and green pad. How long have you been out if we got to get the green pad out? I gave a homeless vet one of my free showers and used my point to buy him some food. Misty, that's awesome. I mean, that is super awesome. Probably appreciated it. And why are there homeless vets? That's always my question. It aggravates me to no end that we house some people in motels and there are homeless veterans. Okay, so that does aggravate me. As many veterans in my family. That last stimulus only amounted to a 6-foot light bar. Yeah, that's what Meyer. I always say Meyer was loaded up with TVs. Every time they announce there's going to be money, Meyer up and down the aisles is loaded with TV sets. And look, I don't blame them. That's what they do. They sell stuff, but that's where the money goes. Bubba's going to explain it to that driver in prison. I don't understand. Look, you cannot take a 17-year-old with you on the road, like that. It's just not recommended. Okay, do not do that. Big Huge Mike, I've had one person ask, really? I guess no. People look at me and go, oh, that guy probably can't even afford a shower himself. So maybe that's why they don't ask me or whatever. But I've never had anybody ask me for a shower. But I would give somebody a shower. So if you know somebody that needs a shower, maybe we should have like a shower fund or something like that. Oh, that'd be interesting if the truck stops would do that. I wonder how they would do that. They could have a fund, and instead of you getting the shower on your card, you go, put that shower in the fund. Because it's still a free shower, and then somebody that needs a shower can just walk up and say, I need a shower. Oh, I wish that was a way to do that. I'll learn how to interpret a mirror. What are we doing on a mirror? Yikes. Oh, DMX. Who's a big fan of DMX? This guy's on life support. I thought that was interesting. I know some people are probably a fan of DMX. Life support? Yikes. What the heck is that? Although I'm local, I get shower credits and I give them out. Yeah, that's the best way. Find a local driver that's filling up. They're not going to use their shower credits. So absolutely go up to some day cab driver. Cash just king trucking crossing state lines with a minor. Not a good idea. Yeah. How about that? If that's not your kid, probably not a great idea to take a minor with you in the truck. Because look, even if everybody wants to be there, as soon as the minor says, I don't want to be here, you have a huge problem. Not recommended. If you're 29, you should be thinking a little bit smarter than that. Oh, I'll take the 17-year-old. It'll be great. No, what are you going to talk about? Justin Bieber? I don't know. The latest, boy band? I don't understand. No way would that happen. They ask on the CB sometimes. But I would always, look, I guess growing up, in Chicago and that, I just am more, there's too many scams and stuff. I'd be worried, how are you going to meet somebody? They're going to kill you or something. I don't know. It would have to be somebody in person. Roger Penske's bummed a couple showers at a Flying J. We fuel up flags, no attendance. Sometimes I need one, but not fuel. Okay. I got so many shower standouts, I want to give them away, especially when I see someone struggling to pay for one. Yeah, look, if somebody needs a shower, they should ask. Don't go. But I will say, if you need a shower and don't have a $12 or whatever, $14, I do think you should consider other employment, because you should have $14 to your name especially you're on the road at a truck stop and haven't had a shower long enough where you need to ask somebody for one. It's time to get a new job. Definitely. Chef Match Fred Myers, having an abundance of TVs is a sign of the times. How's propaganda sold? Well, that's true too. That's true. But look, I don't know anybody that doesn't have a TV set in their house. I mean, maybe if I went up to Napanee. Western Express, we treat you better than a death row inmate. And then it should say maybe. Because I don't think so. Death row inmates get free food. Okay? They only give you 2 meals a day, I think, while you're in orientation at Western Express. So actually, I don't think they do. Virgo Life. A question was at the truck stop one time, and I came upon a woman that stank like a man. Well, it's been out there for a while. I've heard people ask for showers over the CB sitting at a truck stop. I wonder if they just say that. People just say a bunch of dumb stuff on the CB, though. People say all kinds of stupid stuff. Didn't know that about DMX. Yeah. Life support. In a coma and on life support. So his family asking for thoughts and prayers for DMX. Yeah. Check that out in the news. Really, something like a DMX, like super young. So, people ask for shower credits on the CB. Yeah, used to be able to give them a piece of paper. Here's my shower ticket, but you got to go with them now, I guess. I guess you could give them your card. Here's my Love's card. You have 3,000 points on it or whatever. But, yeah, there should be a fund. That'd be great if we could do that. I had a guy give me a shower at the TA. Was in the party road. Yeah, a shower. They go, come over here and get a shower. There's showers also at the manhole, so that's something to consider. They're free there. Just pay the entrance fee in the back. I took my shower for the week, and in the wintertime, you can maybe get away with a little bit longer, but I do think you should really try to arrange to still, live like a regular person, even though, we're on the road. So that's what I'm saying about that kind of stuff. Try to live like a normal person on the road. I think everything works out better that way, really. What year truck, how old of a truck would you take? So I'm 5 years or newer on the road. There was a big survey about this. And here's the thing. Let's see, I wrote this down. Where'd my numbers go? Oh, right there. Okay, so 46% of drivers, a full 46% of drivers would take a truck that's 5 years or older. And 31% of that would take a truck that's over 10 years old. So 15% more would take 5 to 10. 31%, 1 in 3 drivers, company drivers, would take a company truck that's over 10 years old on the road. And am I just too hoity-toity or something about it? I mean, because I almost thought, holy mackerel, I wouldn't even consider a place that's like, here's our row of, here's a 2010 or something like that, because that's what you'd be getting right now. And be like, holy mackerel, are you kidding me? I would assume the company's ready to go bankrupt. Dude in the app give door code. Oh, okay. No, my luck, I would give away a shower and he would steal towels under my name. Oh, Mr. Parrot. Oh, I never thought about that. That's true. What if they trashed a shower and it's your shower? Then they charge you for it. I get a shower on the way home. Well, you're right. You just blast by your house and go in there. Wash your feet in the sink. Unfortunately, we see that too many times. You can reserve a shower on your phone now through the app and then give them that number and all that stuff. Yeah, but I didn't even think about the towel situation. So then they go in, there's no towels. And, they charge you $50 for the towels that have been used by 18 million drivers. So you have that issue too. At least if you pay cash at the cash register, there's no, they don't know who you are. Stan Dodge, Tom Petty said you don't have to live like a refugee. Exactly. But he also said the waiting is the hardest part. So I think you should get a shower immediately, because that is the most difficult part. Alex, I don't have a day cab. I still have my sleeper unit. I had a woman in Florida ask me to get her a shower. Yeah, did you get her a shower? That's the thing. Say, hey, here's a shower. I would drive an older truck if it had a new rebuilt engine and transmission. Okay, how old? I mean, how? Because that's what they were asking. How old of a truck would you go in that? I guess as a company driver, I'm thinking, 10 years is a really old truck to ask a company driver to drive. I mean, geez. Bathtub allows bubble release. I cannot imagine the bathtub at a shower. Can you imagine some driver gets in that bathtub and then, plus he's got his rubber ducky in there, or he overfills it and gets in and, kind of cannonballs it in there. There's water all over the place. That's got to be a mess. I can't imagine him having a bathtub in there. Cash King Trucking, I don't think they count the towels. Most truck stops have a place to drop the used towels off, so most people don't leave them in the shower anymore. Well, that was olden days. They used to bring the towel up, and then the best part, you didn't have to bring the towels up. So now you got to bring the towels back up there. In a big key on a long stick, like the BP gas station? Is the key put on a tire ring again, like it used to be? A tire rim? Misty, must be a dude thing. I've never seen anyone wash their feet in the sink. At least that. Yes, it does happen. It does happen. That I've seen more often than I want to, which would be one time. So, Midlife Trucker. Tom Petty also danced with a dead chick. I don't remember that song. Alex, I had to ration my meals when I was with Western Express. When I was there for 2 weeks, I had to beg my mom for some money. Now, so you already know during your initial phase here at Western Express that's probably not a great place. I assume you're like, if you have to go and ask your parents for money while you're at work, I mean, holy mackerel. At least at orientation, they know people are just starting. They could at least feed you a little bit. But but the thing is about that place, it isn't going to get any better. You're like, all right, I can get through this 2 weeks because then I'm going to start making some money. No, it didn't get any better, did it? Gully Transport in Quincy still driving Freightliner FLDs. Really? Holy mackerel. With the blue light on their trailers? Jason, I still drive my 92 FLD once in a while, but chances are most that won't be maintained like mine. Yeah, you would drive it. It's your truck. That's one thing. What would you, if a company driver, that thing's 20 years old. That's a pretty old truck to be on the road. It's older than that. It's almost 30 years old. If your cab smells like a wolf den, you need to wash yourself, right? Well, that 92 also ELD, no ELD in that. So company drivers might like that if it was that old. Yeah, the cab should also smell pleasant as well, right? Tom Petty, most things I worry about never happen anyway. Ah, that's correct. Stop worrying about things you have no control over. Last Dance with Mary Jane. Oh, see, it's the wrong kind of music. See, I'm more Neil Diamond, Barry Manilow, that kind of stuff. No, they get into that, we could talk about that. Washing feet in the sink is a religious thing. Well, don't wash your feet in the sink, even if it's a religious thing. Bring your own sink. We'll be back to driving for Western Express. They always come back. That people like, oh, I love this place. Remember, they're the ninth highest paying company in the country, according to a sponsored ad on CDL Life. I believe that Western Express is the ninth highest paying company in the country. And the KLLM driver got 9 million miles in 34 years. Right, and that other driver for that tanker company, who I can't think of, had 10-point-something million miles. Truck recovery is always an adventure. I cannot imagine recovering a truck from a driver that abandons it somewhere. It's got to be a mess. I love my 92 FLD. I had an old FLD years ago. And look, if you owned the truck for years and have maintained it and owned the truck, that's one thing. But it'd be another thing to go to a company and the company says all our trucks are like between 10 and 17 years old. I'd be like, really? And usually, because once they get to that point, they're all ratted out. Now, I guess if they're all rebuilt and they're all super nice or whatever, then I guess that's one thing. But just overall, most companies are not advertising old trucks on the road like that. I still have the diamond status on my Love's card. Oh, okay, good. Simon Garfunkel. All right, we can go with that. We can go with that bridge over that water. Best Tom Petty song is Running and Down a Dream. See, that's just too hard rock for me. Misty had a friend at Western Express. She was broken down at a truck stop for a week, waiting for approval to get her truck fixed. They didn't pay her breakdown or layover. Well, a couple weeks ago, we had that driver that got only $35, and they did him a favor. How does it take a week to get approval to get a truck fixed? Doesn't the company want the truck fixed? They're not making any money either. The truck is sitting there. During that week, hopefully, by now she's gone, but during that week she had opportunity to go work somewhere else. Hopefully you've talked her into her to working somewhere else, maybe where you work. George Costanza, I might go join Western Express just to become the first million-mile driver there. Worked 9 years to get 1 million miles and finally reached 44 cents a mile. Awesome. You broke the 44 cents a mile after just 1 million miles. Michael Muller's here. Hey, what's going on? Western Express wouldn't be ninth if there's only 8 companies in the world. That's the thing. I guess every company, that's very good. Every company could say, we're one of the highest paying companies in the country. Because if you listed them all, 1 to whatever, 50,000, you're all on the list, and they're all on there somewhere. They just don't have to say where they are. Some of the highest paying companies in the country. It could be 44,000 out of 50,000. Takes work to keep an old truck running and having mechanical knowledge. Saves me money. I can work on everything myself, including the engine rebuilds. On something that's that old, right. That truck, for you especially, certainly it's paid for by now, and it would save you that. No ELD, you don't have any of those issues, no electronics at all on it. But would you want to put a company driver in that truck, even if they were okay driving a 92 around? See, that gets a little bit more nerve-wracking, I'm sure. It must be hard enough to put a company driver in a new truck. Alex, it got worse. I demanded a shower to my trainer. You had a trainer for that? After being in the truck for 5 days. Demanded a shower to your trainer. Do you mean with your trainer? He goes, hey, team shower time. Here's what we learn about team showers. Yeah, but seriously, why were we not stopping in 5 days to get a shower? Doesn't the trainer want to get a shower? And I'm always worried about that. Why doesn't the trainer want to stop and get a shower? I just want to make money. Money, what good is money if you stink the place up? Michael Watts, what's up, Mark? Well, hey, what's going on? I would say to the trainer, don't you have any respect for yourself or whatever? You don't want to shower every day? If you're training people and you are getting that kind of miles, you have plenty of time, you can both stop and get a shower, bust in, get a shower, and then take off again and run the rest of the day. There's no excuse for going 5 days with 2 people in a tiny truck, or 3 at some companies that remain nameless like England, without getting a shower. I just always found that ridiculous. I just can't imagine it on the road. I'm always amazed. How much were you getting during that training, by the way? The mileage rate. Yeah, Aviator Trucker, those also at the manhole on Saturdays, free in the rear, as they say. Would never let anyone else drive my FLD. It was my father's. Bought it new in October. Oh, so you've had the truck its whole life. Wow. That's pretty good. Yeah, and see, so anybody else driving it, but say it wasn't your truck, would you, like you guys bought it used or whatever, it's still some driver in an old truck like that? I don't think so. So you've had the truck since it was new. One owner. That's really something. What is powering that thing? I shower every day. Shower power. That's the way to do it, right? 5 a week at least on the road. Can we at least agree to that? I agree. I get there's parking or whatever, but 5 a week. Old timer. I would rather someone drive for Western and be a taxpayer than be kept on by taxpayers. Well, I would rather Western Express paid people decently. And really, somebody that sits 5 days and is not making any money is not even a taxpayer because they have made no money. So there's that. To be a taxpayer, you have to actually make money for them to take taxes out of. There's so little that they pay for. They should be ashamed of themselves in the industry. When they saw that article, they must have been, oh, we cannot believe that this worked. We actually paid and got on this list. Opie Knievel. What's up, Mark? I recently got my first year driving in. I was going to get a local job, but in my area, local jobs aren't what I was looking for. So I decided to stay over the road with GP Transco. All right, well, let me know how it goes there. From the emails I get, I assume you will enjoy it. Are you already there? Did you start there? What's going on? Cash is king of trucking. On the 5th day of not showering, I would just poop in my pants and tell the trainer, it's your choice now. You know what? That may not work. He may do the same thing and go, oh, yeah, I played this game. He goes, I'm an expert at this. So that's not a game you want to play because there's no winners. You're both losers on that game. No, there's no winning it. Is Western Express worse than ST or Sierra England? Well, I'll tell you what. Western Express, the pay is so low. CRST, they force you to team. Western Express, horrible. Sierra England, not great, not treated great. They're all, at the bottom of the list. Although there's all three, some of the highest paying companies in the country. Depending, as long as you list everybody. Are they training or team driving? There's a difference. Yeah, are you guys team training? Avery does so many terminals that I could shower every day. Good. Some company terminals too. Boy, those leave a little bit to be desired, don't they? 79 Freightliner cab over with a 13-speed. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be interesting on the road. It's a 3406B Cat. Okay. 425. That is, and a 15-speed. That's really unusual. That'd be a very desirable truck. 15-speed. That's so unusual. At least they didn't charge for fuel. At least. The freight's going to move. So go work for a good paying company and the bad companies will go out of business. Cash King Trucking. That's the thing. They can only stay in business when people stay there. And hopefully the lady that was there for a week without being paid is no longer there. And I would tell them, maybe after I left. But holy mackerel. I'm leaving because of this. Although I don't know if they care. I guess if they cared, they wouldn't let you stay there anyways. Stan Dodge, my first trainer was a stanky dude. His bunk smelled like B.O. I moved trucks later on and he put the tandems in the ditch. The company store remained nameless. I mean, I just don't get it. I guess I was thinking, why would companies allow it, but they don't know that he's stinking the place up unless somebody tells them. I would never think about that. You're the first impression into the truck part that the people get of the company. Don't you want them to get a good impression of the company? Bring them into a clean truck. I mean, you living in a filthy truck, sleeping in it, change your sheets every once in a while. The trainer and I quit Western. He quit over a rescued load not being scaled, then he got a ticket. And Western wanted to get scaling training, and I quit because I wasn't dealing with it. Good. You got out of there just in time. You need to be trained in how to scale loads. Oh, my God. You're going to train the trainer in scaling training? I do think that if you pick up a load and you don't know what it weighs and it seems heavy, you should go scale it. George Wilson, I thought about 30 or 40 years ago Western Express was a premier Teamster operation. Or was there another Western Express? Someone educate me. Was there another Western Express? I'm finishing up the last couple of loads at my starter company. Turning the truck in, I'm probably going to take a week off and then start at GP Transco. I've heard really good things about them. All right. Well, let me know how it goes. You'll be headed up my way up here to Joliet, Illinois, probably. Here's so many good things about GP Transco. I get emails from people all the time that like working there, that you're treated well there. You're going to find, no matter where you're working now, you're probably going to find a large difference in between where you're working and where you're headed off to. I bet in England, the trainer gets all the points and free showers, and the trainees have to pay for their own. The trainer, I do think that if you're training, it should go on one card. You'd accumulate more points. And a good way to do that, I guess, would be to say, we'll put it all on this card and we'll spend this, on you. Well, this will be all, or you could put it on their card, but you'd need to shower for both of you to shower. A good way would be let the trainee get it. The trainer's probably like, well, trainees can't get points. George Costanza, probably Werner makes him, Werner, probably England makes him put it on an England card, and all the people at England get them. My first trainer, Werner, didn't allow me to use bottles to go. So if I had to go, I would have to find a rest area. Very inefficient, George Costanza. Yeah, who wants to go in a bottle in the truck? Some drivers should sit in the toilet and keep flushing. Yikes. And the excuse was there wasn't enough time to get a shower. Only made 300 for the 2 weeks. Did 34 on I-90 at a random rest area in Massachusetts. There's always time for a shower. There's always time to be clean. Come on. Nobody wants it. You're going to go into the shipper or wherever stinking the place up? That's just not having any respect for themselves. Western Express is surviving because people get tickets and fired at other places, and Western gives you a job. That's true. Some people have no choice, and unfortunately they have to go there. It's one of the only places that will go. That's why I very much encourage people to keep a clean record. A couple of tickets can end you up at Western Express, or really incarcerated. That's where I get a lot of people that go there. They have come out of jail or prison or whatever, and then they're like, now they have a record, especially a felony. And sometimes you have to go to one of these companies. You just don't have any choice because other companies just won't hire you. I would like to see companies, get some kind of program where they work with the prisons and jails to bring people into a company that is a better place than Western Express. I wish they would do that. Because people that get out of prison need to work too. A lot of them can change their lives with trucking, but if they can't get a decent job, what are you supposed to do? Did Sierra England follow through with their threat to force solo drivers to run team? I've never found that to be any kind of legitimate thing. No one is forcing anyone to team there that I'm seeing. No one has said anything to me about it or anything, so no. Michael Muller, we hire two at Smith Transport, nicer trucks, no driver face the camera, and 75 cents a mile, right, depending on the account, right. No bonus and no sliding pay scale, right. Yeah, Smith Transport, depending where you live, Smith would also put people in. Do you team there? I've been getting questions about teaming. My trainer at night got me cards and let me fuel every other fill up. I think the trainer, because he's being paid your miles, maybe it'll let you put it on your card the whole time. How about that? He's getting all the miles paid to him. So can he give you the, $5 or whatever on your card? Father ordered the FLD with the 15 and that cat because that was just about the most power you could get back then. He pulled swinging beef through the Rockies. That's just an unusual transmission. I love the cat in it. And oh my gosh, so many people would love to have that truck probably. Just with the 15, that's something. I'm training those. If I'm training, those are my points. Sorry. I'm the trainer here. You get back in the truck. You know your place. Go sit back in that waterproof bed that I got with my Kogler mattress, which is fluid proof. Maybe that's the time to get that. Only went to Western due to my reckless driving. See, 93 to 65 that you got when you were 19, right? And that's what took you there. Was a mistake, right? And 93 to 65, I get it. I've been pretty lucky that I didn't get some tickets when I was younger at that age, which I probably should have gotten. But, and that brought you to Western. But fortunately, you're not there now. They shouldn't do stuff to people, though. There's a limit on what you do to people. You say, all right, you got a 93 to 65, so we're going to totally hose you, for a year. That isn't right. They're just using people. The trainer should use their card. That way the trainer has shower power and can do team showers. Hey, I've got shower power, and we're going to do what's called a team shower now. Western Express probably has parole officers on site and the bus to pick drivers up from the prisons. Look, people, and we laugh about that, but if you're getting out of prison or whatever, most people get out. Okay, most people are not lifers. So you do something, and you're in prison. You need a job. Truck driving is a good way to make a good living, especially with a record. I just wish more companies would, take a chance on people that are in prison. That are not in prison, but are back out. Sierra England almost always fuels that Loves for their trainers, so that way everybody can get a shower. Since Loves allows you to have unlimited showers a day. Oh, that's good, right? If you all put that on one card, you'd get unlimited showers every month, so there wouldn't be any problem getting showers. And then all we got to do now is get the trainers to actually use the showers. That's how it was explained to you from an England driver. Okay. Loves is much more driver friendly. I love the Loves, Misty. I think the Loves is the best truck stop. You may not get as many points, but, people always say that too. People here to feel, oh, Mark, I feel at the Pilot, I get extra 3 points or whatever. I'm like, wow. Are you a millionaire now because of those points? I'm like, don't worry about the points. I said, just go to the place that's easiest. I go to there where it's easier to get in and out of. But Mark, you're losing like $3 a day. I'm like, oh my God, really? Are all these mega carrier government funded to acquire new drivers? Yes, they do get a lot of funding from the government for new drivers. That's why they get you there, and then they just fire you and let you go. A lot of people. I trained at Millis Transfer, trainer and trainee, you get full pay. Some companies do that kind of stuff, right? And with a little research, when you look into it, the pay can be huge difference. $20,000 in your first year by just checking into it, making a few phone calls. That's why I wish people would do a little more research when they get into trucking. You might stay. A lot of people that are no longer driving might have stayed had they gotten another 20 grand their first year and have been in a little bit better place. Michael Muller, we have a husband and wife team. I'm sure we hire teams as well. We just started a pet policy. All right. I just saw Sierra England pulling a flatbed. Took a photo. Nice. Are there pods on it? Some people have sent me England trucks pulling pods around. Personal on-demand storage. Mark, can you please do a review of LCL tank lines owned by Shope family in Green Bay, Wisconsin? LCL tank lines. It seems like I've seen their trucks around. What company keeps the fuel points? Michael Muller, I'm just suggesting that there's probably a company that issues the card. And so then the company gets like 80 million fuel points a month or whatever. I wouldn't doubt it. All prime drivers are diamonds at Love's. Yeah, from sitting there all the time. Prime drivers. I had an 86 and a 55, George Costanza. Ooh. Werner still gave me a shot, but I used the lure to get it knocked down from reckless to speeding. Lures are worth their weight in gold. Yeah, so because that's too much over, right? So you got it down to 69 and a 55 probably is what the lawyer did, and that got you just to speeding, and you got it made. That lawyer, whatever you paid him, well worth it, or you'd have been at Western also. Jason, the 15 is basically a 10-speed with a 5 deep reduction gears. Since my dad delivered the beat to various ski resorts, had to go up some pretty steep grades from a dead stop. All right. Yeah, I just don't, you never see them. I mean, people had a 13-speed or an 18-speed. It was so unusual to see a 15-speed truck because of the way the gears were set up. It has to be for a specific thing like this, where if he has to get up these steep grades, then he needed a 15-speed. It's just quite unusual to see one. I would say if you hired company drivers, you'd have only 2 of 10 drivers probably anymore could even drive it or have ever seen one. I haven't seen one in probably decades in a truck. Cash King Trucking, not to brag, but he's a diamond at the Loves. That's awesome. But shine bright like that diamond. I also have videos on my paywall at Millis. What did you think of the place? Because people ask about Millis. Would you recommend it to people getting going? You have Gear Jammer has $467 on his Loves card. Wow, that's a lot of points. But is that life-changing points? That's my question. Would I switch to a place that was harder to get into? I like to only fuel truck stops that are on my side of the road, kind of the UPS idea. So if I get off the highway, it needs to be on my side of the highway because driving over the highway takes time and is annoying. So I try to only fuel at truck stops on my side of the highway. Is that weird? That's how I do it. Do a review of Weidmeyer Express out of West Bend. I never even heard of Weidmeyer Express. It was Pods, Columbia, Georgia. Yeah, they have a pod account, which I wonder if people know that are having their pods hauled around. Loves has the best roller wieners, says George Costanza. Hands down, they always have a wide selection of variety, cheddar over everything. Yeah, as long as and they should be ready 24 hours a day. Why in the middle of the night are roller wieners not ready? Why do I have to go in there at 3 and there's not a roller wiener ready? Have these ready. Michael Muller got a 2021 Pete with an 8-speed manual. Really? They kind of cheaped out on the transmission, but at least they have a manual in it. Bobby Irvin, LCL pulled into Kraft Foods in Champaign until they closed that plant 15 years ago. I'm really so food grade. Might be a Mountain Trainer next year. Wow. Like the prospect of training people and helping new drivers, plus the pay increase would be nice. Yeah, you'll get more money. Usually it pays all the miles, although some companies have a different pay plan, and you get to help more people. So that's the whole goal, really. Go into it with the idea of I'm helping people, and then the pay is just like a bonus of it, right? And you can change somebody's life. They could come in broke, out of work, got laid off, and you're going to change their, in a few weeks, you're going to change their life. It's amazing, really. And I wish more trainers saw it like that. Misty says, since I stay overnight at hotels, you're diamond at Hilton Honors. You had a 500,000 Hilton Honors points. That's amazing. Yeah, that's really something. You must have great vacations. So you would recommend Millis as a starter company. 15-speed was a 10-speed with 5 under gears, Aviator Trucker. Right, but most people didn't get them because of the way it's set up. But you need it for a specific way, like this truck was being run, to go up these hills to deliver all this meat. So it was ordered properly, I guess. I just passed a Sierra England truck with pods on it, and it had 3 million miles on the side of it, outside of Colombia. That means 3 million drivers have been in that truck, 3 at a time. That's what it said on it. I've never seen a 3 million sticker on an England truck. I like Loves for free Wi-Fi and Pilot for the points, 4 points per gallon. Yeah, I mean, I just don't look at the points ever like anything to get me to go to one place or another. I want a place on this side of the road. So if I'm getting off this here, it needs to be on this side of the highway because I don't want to drive over there to get points. So if I got 100 gallons, it's only $4. That's not like a super lot of money. Watch Steve Frenchek's channel on whatever that is. Millis is a good starter company. I stayed for the 1 year obligation. Good. Why did you leave? Does the pay just not progress fast enough? I don't think they should like up the pay progression once you get a little bit of time, because otherwise then people wouldn't leave. Alexander, I messaged my dispatcher and haven't heard back from anyone. Lovely. I hope you're at least resting. And you will feel better soon. Yeah, I'd like to know how that turns out. And why did they stop that now? Do they think everything is over? And do you have any idea how you might have got that? Pilot has the best coffee. Loves has the cleanest showers, except apparently for Sap Brothers. Anywhere the bidet is, I'm in for. I couldn't get my 15 in my new Kenworth, so I got the 18. Hardly ever use all the gears, but I wanted to do something else. I can, plus the resale is good in Oklahoma. Oh, yeah. 18 speed in any truck is going to be great resale. Do they not even have 15s anymore? Wow. They knocked it down to speeding of the same offense. So it would have been speeding at 86 and 55. Oh, total fine was 200 plus court versus the 1,000. It would have been saved $800, but speeding versus reckless. That's what saved you. I used to drive for a hay hauling company. I had to quit because they put me in a situation I considered the last straw. There was a truck fueling the other day called Square Bales, something like that. He took off right when I got there. I was going to get a picture of the truck. Square Bales, something from Texas. Yeah, some van. Is it Millis Heartland Express? Yeah, now. Pilot has $99 Wi-Fi per year. Is it any good, though, in the parking lot? I mean, it depends where you are. Is it worth getting it over, say, just using the Wi-Fi on your phone? Because now there's 5G in a lot of places, which is pretty darn fast. Alex, the OTR driver, I went back to fixing cars after leaving Western and just waited a little longer and found a flatbed company as a temp driver, and after 6 months I landed where I am now. Yeah, see, so you almost left the industry too. That's sad. They almost ran you out of trucking. Half the people that come in trucking leave because of Western Express. Cheeseman pays much better and more home time, I bet. I saw 3 million sticker on KLLM. Yeah, that's that guy. They're just rare to see those. Most people don't stay at one place long enough to get that. That's why some of them have, miles here and then total miles. Jason, as an owner-operator, I can get fuel cheaper at my co-op. It's $2.60. Loves is $3.09, so I save money by not getting rewards, right? And I'm looking at the national average of $3.16, according to the EPA today, nationally. As far as roller wieners in the middle of the night, Loves has given my dog so many wieners when they clean the grill. They love my dog. Loves lets me take my dog in the shower. T.A. Petro too. Really? What kind of dog do you take in the shower with you there? You can come in the truck stop with the dog? That's pretty awesome. Hopefully it's not like a Great Dane or some kind of huge dog. Do you just tell them it's some kind of service dog, or they just don't care, or They're just like, who cares? Some people just like dogs. Wi-Fi is good at the Pilot. I used to watch TV and upload videos to my channel. Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's faster than 5G. It's worth paying another $100 above my phone cost, you know. Alexander told me I'd need clearance through HR. Doubt I'll get it. No, they're going to make you take the time off because they don't want, anybody to get sick or whatever, you know. So you're going to be home for a little bit. At least you can play with this thing, wherever it went off to. If I could find it. I thought it was going to be clever, but it took too long. At least we can do this, right? Yikes. So have to see 9 million safe mile truck from KLLM. Did they put a sticker on that guy's truck? That would have been the thing. If they stickered this guy's truck, how much grief would you get at a truck stop? If you roll in with a truck that says 9 million safe miles, it must mean the people would think it means on the truck, not you, that you drove it. Western Express would hire you if you were convicted of scalping parking tickets. Oh, they'll hire you if you have felonies. I'll tell you that. So, I mean, it's a place to go when you have felonies, but the pay is so low in the treatment from what people all write to me is so poor that people don't stay. And so the idea of getting people back into trucking when they have a record or felonies, then they quit trucking. They'd like forget trucking. And so that's too bad. Western runs people out. Good people, felons, everybody. They run everybody out. I got a Verizon business account with unlimited Wi-Fi, and my ELD for the Kenworth is through them. I pay $200 a month for 5 phones plus the ELD. So everything is all together. And a business account, you can tax deduct, which is nice. And that should be faster. 18 cents. No way. I mean, that's not worth anything. It's $100 a year. I burned through my 5G too fast if I hotspot. Oh, okay. Of course, you wouldn't have to, I guess, if the videos are on a laptop, you're going to have to use the phone as a hotspot. All right, fair enough. KLLM means kind of lies a little on miles. Oh, that's very good. We should do a whole thing about, all the best of those kind of things. 5G has an ultimate speed of 10 gigabytes per second. Kelly, I've never seen it get like that fast. I know they talk about that. I've seen downloads in the 300 range on my phone with that speed test thing. And uploads of about 50, which in Indianapolis, which is the fastest city I've seen so far. That's not bad on a phone. I mean, that's plenty fast to do videos or whatever. But if you're not doing them on your phone, that's a problem. I would still say, that's fast. It's not as fast as home internet, but that isn't bad. If anybody's getting 10 gigabytes, that'd be great on a phone. Oh. My unlimited AT&T gets throttled by hotspot for the computer or TV. I have AT&T 5G unlimited. But it's only so many gigs of 5G unlimited. I don't think they care how you use it. I never have done it for that. I don't even get close to their minimum on it. But I guess it would throttle it eventually. Loves Wi-Fi is great to stream movies. All right, wholesome movies, we can assume. The unlimited is only available on a business account. Oh, Jason, so then you have to have it. But you need it anyway to run all that stuff and an ELD and everything. George Wilson, the dream job we drive for Mecum Auctions, you're a similar company. It's like trying to get accepted by one of the major motorcycle clubs. Yeah, but you don't get to drive that car very far, and they push it out of there. You only drive it up there, and if you notice, they push it out. So it would be great to drive for them, but you're only driving at 3 miles an hour and only a little way. It would be nice to sit in all those cars because I watch those Mecum Auctions, but I don't know. I don't think it would be the greatest thing ever. Western Express only pays 18 cents, probably in training. You're probably getting 18 cents in the training portion of it. I've seen 27. Now, I haven't looked in a little while. For Western, 11 states Western solo, starting at 27 cents. But that was a little while ago. I'm going to assume they're up to 30 cents now. That doesn't mean you're going to get that throughput speed. Right, Kelly, exactly. That's potential. Kind of like Western Express pays up to 90,000, which I saw in an ad. Up to 30,000 is up to 90,000 also. And a 15-speed blue button. Nice. I never thought about that. Is that the case in there? Because I was just looking at that little sticker on the dashboard. You get in the truck, you're like, oh, where's the sticker go? I got to figure out what I'm doing here. Jeff asks, hello, I just woke up. All right, well, welcome. Welcome at 2:26 waking up today, although we don't know what time it is where you are. Yes, I can't say that. I got in late last week. I wasn't home till like 5 o'clock. I was getting up at 1 in the afternoon. I'm like, what is going on? George, he's just a pet. All right, a miniature Australian Shepherd. Oh, that's right. And they spoil him. I'm all for it. All the employees pet him and scratch him, and he's gone in the shower with me every day. He doesn't always get a bath. I'm all for it. It doesn't. When I see people with dogs, it doesn't bother me. I'm a huge dog fan or cat, so I'd probably pet that dog too. Western Express paid 50 cents for a Northeast Regional. Really? So that's up. That pay is way up. This was 11 Western states where I saw 27 cents. But like I say, it's been a while. 50 cents is, I will say it's not terrible. Northeast, it's not like 30 cents or whatever. Northeast Regional's got to be tough. Got to be tough because of parking. Saw a CRST team. Both were filthy. They said we don't have time for showers. Well, then they should have plenty of money. People cannot have it both ways. I always hear, oh, well, we're so busy. Right? There's no way that you're so busy you can't even stop and take a shower. I mean, really? I've never been that busy where I'm like, okay, I'm a mess. I'm 5 days and I just don't have time to take a shower. No way. You're going to make time. You know, one of the handoffs when you switch off is going to be during the day and you're going to go in and shower. That's how I would do it, teaming. Right? Okay, because I would do 12 to 12, 3 to 3 or whatever somehow so that you switched off during the day and shower at 2 in the afternoon when there's nobody in there. Go get your team shower. One of you gets the bathtub, the other one can get in the shower, and you're all set, right? And you get out of there. Kelly, my T-Mobile is unlimited, 50 gigs and 15 gigs of hotspot. So at 15 gigs of hotspot, I think, of whatever you're using it for, and then you run out. But I could see watching TVs or whatever, a movie, that's going to stream a lot of data pretty fast. Steel Horse, that's really low pay for the Northeast. It's, I don't want to say it like that, but I think 50 at Western is probably a huge improvement in the Northeast. It's going to be tough to park, and if you're just stuck in the Northeast all the time, I mean, that'd be maddening. It'd just be maddening. You could probably do better, but I will say, look, let's give them this. Let's say this. For Western, to put 50 cents out, I mean, that's got to be, it had to hurt them so bad to type that in where somebody's actually going to get 50 cents. Somebody's probably shaking when they're going to press the pay button to go have to pay somebody 50 cents. 15 speeds are not common anymore, generally deep reduction off-road construction industry. Yeah, you don't see them. You didn't see them then. And to see a 15 speed now, no way. What does Western Express pay for flatbed? Probably the same. Alexio, TR driver, see you next week. All right, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Melton also tracks puppy miles. So if you get 1 million miles of Melton, you have a pet with you the entire time, they make a vest for you and your pet. Oh, that's pretty good. I will give them that is good. That's pretty good. The dog gets 1 million miles. They should put a little sticker on the truck too. Do you know how to drive the DGMC trucks with the 3 sticks in it? I never had 3 sticks. I had a twin stick Mac, which was a complicated disaster, but I never drove a triple stick. There are drivers on here that have done it, but I never did. I'm sure it could be learned. It can't be too complicated. People used to do it all the time. Kelly goes through 100 gigs a month. Holy mackerel. Holy mackerel. I could see that though on the road going 100 gigs a month. That would be, you must be streaming and or gaming and doing all this other stuff. So yeah, there's no way, right, that your regular phone plan would do that. Would cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I do a few gigs of 5G a month, mainly for mapping because I have the map on everyday traffic both ways. Western is making a lot in the Northeast. The rates are a lot higher. Yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is that as they improve, at least they're up to 50 cents. So at least a driver could theoretically make $1,000 a week there, probably 2,000 miles, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Is Western really that bad? Paul Vines, Western is like a second chance company. That's the only reason I send people there. There are pictures on the internet. Tons of people have done videos about the motel they send you to with the cockroaches and stuff. The pay has been really low, and treatment from drivers is generally poor. We had a driver on here just a few weeks ago. Waited 3 days, got $35. Another driver today talked about a lady that waited a week there and didn't get any money. The pay is just so low. It's just unconscionable, really. It's in the industry. It runs people out of the whole industry, and it's a sad statement on the industry. They shouldn't even be allowed to do that, but really the only way to end it is people to not go there. As soon as you're not paid for a few days, you got to be like, I'm leaving. Did you know you can stay home and also not get paid? You can make the same money at your house as you do there if they're not giving you anything to do. Beat it the heck out of there. It's the only way out of it, though. Western is that bad. They take advantage of many marginalized drivers. Misty, they're taking advantage of people that don't have a lot of other options, and they shouldn't do that because they're getting the same rate. They should still pay people decently and treat them like decent people, just like everybody else, because that's what they are. They're out. It's a lot of people have been in prison that go there or have a lot of tickets, but they're still delivering freight. They should still make a decent living. To have people sit a week and not pay them anything is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. They're employees. I saw a trucking company called Double Dutch Truck. This is odd because the Dart fleet is automatic. It probably opened. We opened in 1973, right? But now here we are. Now they're all automatic. It's like almost all fleets really have gone automatic anymore, because that's just what they do. You should always remember to, if you're going to wear it, you should always make it a Parrot, right? But I have to head out, of course. Or they'll gripe at me. Don't forget about GP Transco. If you need a decent job, let's call GP Transco. If you have a year of experience, they'd love to hear from you. Hey, call them up and see what they can do for you. Schuster's throwing raises out all over the place. Maybe call Schuster up too. Now also, the one thing people got to do all day when they're not on the bidet is eat. So Dot Foods, Dot Transportation, not Dot Foods, Dot Transportation, right? Go drive for Dot. Cash is King Trucking is live constantly. Go over there. He has a lot of good information, a lot of entertaining videos. Some are both, you would say, entertaining and informational. Look, I love the channel. Go check out Cash's King Trucking. Can we do that? And don't forget about Jay. Jay got everybody started here, at least me. And I love Jay over there. So I hope everybody will go see Jay and say hello to him. And he talks about automotive hauling, which I don't know anything about. So that's the way to do that. Joe Ritchie, thank you for being here, but I'm headed on out today. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Let's see, go right there. Don't forget about Great Plains too. I didn't even click that, right? How about a salary and a bonus? How about that? And free groceries to get you started because you need to fill your face because you may not have any money right then. They're going to fill your truck up with food. So that's Great Plains. As I head out there, give them a call too. Thank you for being here. George Wilson, Kelly was here today. Let's see, it'd be interesting if somebody would go to Western as a driver, but what they're really doing is making a documentary. Oh, that's good. Do you know any documentary makers that are drivers? That's not bad. Let's see if we can arrange that. See if somebody knows a documentary maker. Joe Rich, you left Great Plains Transport. All right, why don't you email me and let me know what happened and where you are and what's going on with that. I still like Great Plains, even though you left there. I still like the salary. So there you go. So Misty, thank you for being here today. Alexander, I hope you get better. All right. So let me know what happened. Get well. Take it. Do rest. Get some rest though. Paul Vines, thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. Jason Jefferson, it's good to see you today. Aviator Trucker, it was good having you here today. Paul Vines was here. Let's see. Samuel Edward, thank you for being here. George Costanza, I appreciate you coming in. Also, first today was Joan Arc. Thank you for being here. And George H.W. Bush here today, the president. Thank you for coming in. Steel Horse, I appreciate you coming in always. James Davis, thank you for being here. Jeff S. was here today. Samuel Edward, let's see. Oh, Michael Muller was here today. Where am I? Midlife Trucker Tom Bell. He has a YouTube channel. You should go check it out. Okay, Jason W. It's good to see you today. And let's see. They're going to gripe at me pretty soon over at my place. Mr. Power Pen. I love it. Mr. Power Pen. That's good. I like all these. Bobby Irvin was here today. John Zay Black. That's good. I think that's good. That's kind of a Polish name like my wife's name too, original name. So Gear Jammer was here today. Probably not. Oh, I'm going to get an email about that. So Mark, I'm not from there. Okay, well, sorry. I don't know. Let's see. And Flash in the Pan, but I have to go off to my place today. Look, I can't do this without everybody being here. So, and I really do appreciate everybody coming in. And we'll do more videos this week and live next Monday, 12:30. And I hope everybody is safe out there. So let's get that documentary. That is a very good idea. All right. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here.